Well, hello, boys and girls. It's your favourite grumpy granny from Grogey's Patch. Here I am, all on my lonesome, in the YouTube little wonder world that it is, waiting to see whether anyone's going to come and talk to me. Well, this is a turn up for the books, isn't it? What will Grumpy Granny do when she hasn't got anyone to chat to? Well, that'll be an interesting thing, won't it? What can I tell you? Oh, hello, Matilda. Good to see you. I was just wondering whether I'd actually managed to go live or whether I was just recording myself or something. What's been happening, Matilda? Have you had a good week? Hi, Paul. I'm here a bit. So you're only a bit here, or there's been a bit happening this week? Well, Grumpy Granny's had a bit on this week. It's been a bit hectic. I've had absolutely, hey, Lele. Is that how you pronounce it, Lele? Howdy, howdy. Yes, well, I've had a shit week on eBay, to tell you the truth. I've had donut days, and I haven't, the previous donut day I'd had was at the start of March, and prior to that it was back in January. So, yeah, good on you, Paul. Yeah, so, yeah. Hi, Liz. So, yeah, I was just a little bit mortified. Okay, now I'm just going to work out, because this is all a bit new for me, like this little, put the little ticky tape thing down. So, yeah. We're just going to have a little bit of a look-see and say hello to everyone. There's Paul, because he's only here a little bit. Matilda says her week hasn't been too bad. Well, that's good. Probably better than mine with my donuts. Hi, Liz. And yes, here's the comment of the night so far. I'm physically here and mentally 20% here. Okay, I won't comment on that one, Paul, just yet. G'day, Chris. Good to see you. And teachers on strike, so the kids at home. Oh, don't you hate that? I mean, it's been a long time since that's happened to me, but yes, I didn't like that at all. G'day, Jen. How you going? Oh, and here's Mel too. How you going, Mel? Good to see you all. So, well, yes, as I said, some of my little friends there in the group actually are well aware that now I'm just going to try and work out. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I put you in timeout, Mel. I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to, work out how to. Oh, no, it's Jen that I've actually. Oh, Jen, I've banned you. What have I done? I put you in timeout, Jen. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to work out how I'm supposed to add a moderator, which was what I was trying to do, which was very silly of me. Hey, Christian. Oh, am I doing it again? Hang on. Show, Christian, show. Okay. I'm really not doing this good. Hang on. Someone's sending me a little message. Maybe they're telling me how to do it. Let's have a quick look. No, they're not. Oh, there's Blake. Oh, hang on. Blake, wait. Let me just see whether I can get a little bit of help here. So just bear with me, boys and girls. There I thought I was being all organised. And I'm not at all. So let's see what we can do now. If we can go a little bit better. I'm sorry, Jen. Don't go away, though, because you will be able to come back, I think, shortly. If I can work out how to do it. Does anybody know? What do we got here? Student-free day in Queensland. Oh, yeah, I used to hate those when the kids were home from school. Oh, yeah, thrifting with the kids. Not much fun, is it? Hi, Blake. Here's Chris. He'll be able to tell me. Chris, I apparently chucked Jen out of the chat, and I don't know whether I've banned her or just put her in timeout, and I don't know how to get her back. And I also need to know how to make some moderators in here. Can you help? Hi, Dingo. Ruff. Paul, the 3 dots on the right of somebody's comment. There isn't 3 dots on the right. There's only a star, and that's what I clicked on when I chucked Jen out. Because this isn't the same, because I went in by the YouTube thing last time, and it was the 3 dots, but this is on StreamYard, which is a bit different. Oh, hang on. Didn't I paste it? Hang on. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. Let's, yeah. Wow. All right. Via YouTube, not StreamYard. Hey, what? I'm via YouTube. No, I'm via StreamYard. In eBay, not StreamYard. Yeah, okay. YouTube, okay. No, I'm in StreamYard because I set all that up. So I'm in StreamYard because I wanted to be able to put the comments on. But yeah, it's just a little different. Let's see. Copy. Okay, I'm trying again. I'm just sending that along. Let's see. No, that doesn't say there either. Wow. All right. Can you bring it up in YouTube? I have no idea. Can I? Can I? So you mean I need to go over to YouTube and bring it up in there, and then I can come back in here, do you think? All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I don't know. Can I go in here once I'm already started live? Will that work, or will it try and oh no, maybe it will. Let me go in here. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is how Can you hear me now? Can you actually hear me now? Yeah. Am I actually making noise now? Good. Well, see, what happened was I was still muted in StreamYard, even though I unmuted myself in YouTube, but you still couldn't hear me because I was muted in StreamYard. So, crikey. And I consider myself fairly tech savvy, but, obviously not in here. So, yes, we have no sound. We have no sound. We have no sound. No. Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Good, good. We made it. We made it out alive. We made it out alive. Oh, now where were we, boys and girls? Honestly, I think I was saying how I've had donut days, and honestly, if Ethan Rushok doesn't actually, I think it's his fault. I think he's put the moz on me by not getting me donuts, and instead eBay is giving me donuts. That's what I actually think. Oh, now I'm talking to myself. Now I have to go and pause myself in the other, mute myself in the other thing and come back. Okay. You can still hear me now, I hope. Because I don't want to mute myself in the other stream and have it mute me in here. Can you still hear me? Someone tell me. Yes, that is my cat. She's very upset that I'm not letting her sit on my lap. And I'm sitting on her chair because she thinks this is her chair. And she's sitting on the other side of the monitor now, and she's going to wag her tail. So don't be surprised if every now and again it's like a wiper and you see the tail go in front of the camera, because that's likely to happen. I'm glad you can all hear me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just need to be careful that I don't go kicking anyone out again. Oh, Jen, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so on the exciting front, but a bit nerve-wracking front, for those of you that don't know, Grumpy Granny's been waiting for a long, long time to have some back surgery. And so I'm actually going in a few weeks to have my back surgery. They gave me a date. Well, as a matter of fact, they rang me, I think Wednesday, and said, you can come and have your operation on Monday. But I didn't realise, because I had my phone on work mode because I was working hard taking my photos. And by the time I got back to them, they had actually given my spot away to someone else. So, yes. All right, this old boy's off to bed. Enjoy the evening, folks. Take it easy on the drinks and don't party too hard. Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Chris. Be a good boy. How long have I been on the list? So, well, actually, it'll be 2 years, because it'll be 2 years in September, and it's now September. So there you go. So 2 years. And I was a category 2 patient, for anyone that knows about that sort of stuff. So theoretically, I should have been done within 90 days. But, all those things happened with that, all the stuff that was happening in hospitals. So, yeah, and it's a neurosurgery. So there's only sort of one place you can go in Victoria as a public patient. So, yeah. So it was a bit of a shock. So I'm going on the 18th, I'm going. And, I don't have private health cover. And, that won't be happening. So, yes, on Monday the 18th, I'm going to have my laminectomy done. And, then you won't see me for dust, because I'll be off and running, I'm going to say. Well, I hope I will be. But yes, so that was the good news, apart from the bloody donuts. So has anybody else had crappy sales days this week? Thank you, Flipping Farm Girl, fellow rural person. Yeah, it's it's a bit of a, I mean, look, I'm not holding my breath, because, yeah, I will be getting all the 501 Levi's before you and before Judder. And I was laughing when I was watching Judder's video earlier because he went to Bendigo and he's picking up all these RM Williams and jeans, not realising, like, because Bendigo is fairly much a rural sort of a, you know, around the outskirts and is more sort of rural than perhaps Ballarat is. So, yeah, lots of RM Williams jeans. Quite there, Jen. Yeah, I had a shit day. Oh, no, I can't say that in the end because I had someone buy 3 things yesterday, but not pay. But they paid up today, so that really helped things along, which was good, which was very good. And yeah, wait for those 501 Levi's. Woohoo! Yeah, I kind of can't wait. But yeah, as I said, I'm not holding my breath because, you know, I've got we all, the few of us know someone that's just recently had surgery, and yeah, she was on her 4th go because every time she went in, they would it would get cancelled on that day. And, you know, I'm going to be pretty pissy, I can tell you, if I travel all the way down to Melbourne and you had another record-breaking month. Wow, that's so good. And then they tell me that it was an eBay message. I should have put my phone on silent. Well, let's have a look, shall we? Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. Hang on, boys and girls. We have received an offer for a modern English Arabic dictionary from 2010, which I had listed for $149.95, and I've had an offer for $80 plus post. What should I do, boys and girls? Come on, what should I do? Let's have a vote. Who says I should take the $80 offer on the $150 book, and who says I should counter offer? Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me. I'm blocking my ears, Matilda. I'm not blocking my ears. Okay, Blake says to take it. There's one for the take it. And I'll be surprised if anyone says the other. And Mel says, take the money and run. Oh, here we go. Christian says reject. So you mean absolutely decline the offer, don't even counter it? Thomas, hi, Thomas. He says take it. Blondie says take it. Oh, Jen says counter. Oh, and here we go. Here's another one. Flippin' Farm Girl says counter. Wow. That's a bit of a surprise, actually. I thought everyone would be saying take the money and run. Sorry, I meant counter. Yes. So you should have. Yes, well. And what do you think Granny's going to do? Well, so let me actually have a look here now, and I'll tell you if it tells me in here. I don't know whether it tells me on the phone. So it's been listed for a while. And get in there now. Let's see if it'll tell me. So I know if I go into it on the computer where to find that information, but I don't know whether it will tell me on here. So I think I'm going to take it because I would say that's been listed for a good 12 months. And I actually have 2 of them. And this is I think this might be the older one of the 2 that I have. They might be slightly different, but I don't read Arabic, so I can't really tell whether it's different or not. And, oh, yes, counter, but a generous counter. No, I'm just going to take it. $80. Do you know what? That cost me. Let's just have a look. No, I'll just have a look on my pooter because I know that you guys can still see me, even though it's a bit weird that happens. I'll just go in here and have a look. And then I'll be able to tell you what's what. And then you can tell me whether I still should counter or what I should do. So I'm going to go in here. So I've had it listed since the 27th of January. So it's getting close to the year there. So that's a while. And now I just need to go back one more. Let me go in here. Oh, what am I doing? I'm just going to have a look and just see. Let's just see how much it cost. See what my cost of goods was. Okay, boys and girls. So I have the two of them. One's from 2009, which is not this one. This one's from 2010. And this cost 20 cents. So do you think I should still counter? Hey, what do you reckon now if I tell you to counter it? Well, it kind of aren't any solds, Matilda. It's yeah, I think so too, Christian. Like it is getting on as being old. Up. The chat keeps jumping. Take it too old. Yes, I think so. And that's a huge flip. That's 20 cents into $80. Like, and it's plus post. I don't do free post anymore. So it's all plus post. I just think it's, yeah, too good an offer. So, oh, here's Justin. Hello, Justin. I've had a great week since I've gotten back to listing consistently and increased how many listings go live daily for me. Fantastic. How many are you up to? It will buy a lot of jeans, Matilda. Okay, so while you're all talk, I'm going to go in here quickly and respond to the offer before they go elsewhere, because this is a travel. If you don't respond quick enough, they could actually go and find the same thing somewhere else. Oh, bonus for Leanne. Guess what the bonus is? Guess what the bonus is? Indeed it is. It is an international shipping, international buyer, and that one has 4 kilos worth of shipping on it because it weighed just under 4 kilos. How about that? So that should be a fairly decent, what's the word? Fairly decent discount from Australia Post on that, I would think. I'm going to guess about $60 somewhere around there. Maybe, yeah. I'm going to say it is, isn't it? No. Do you know what is better than the ka-ching sound? Does anybody know? What is better than the ka-ching sound? I'll tell you what is better than the ka-ching sound. 2 ka-ching sounds. No, 2. Because you get 1 ka-ching when they've bought it, and then you get a second ka-ching when they pay. So if it goes ka-ching, ka-ching, that's when it's even better. So there you go. That's my theory anyway. I like to hear 2 ka-chings. It is awesome. Now, thank you, Matilda. Now, what we saying here? Slowly changed my book listings to have postage extra. Found it easier to change the shipping price rises. Yes, it is much easier to do that. Plus, I honestly think when very few people these days are actually paying full price for things, and you have to make a decision quickly. Well, not that you have to make a decision quickly, but like it's better to be making a decision quickly to, you know, how much you're going to send an offer for, or if someone sends you an offer, whether you're going to accept it or not. You know, the quicker you can make those decisions and the less time that's taking away from the other things that you're doing, the better. And so if you know that the price you're being offered, you don't have to actually mentally calculate how much shipping you've got to take off it. I think that's a bonus myself. And the flipping farm girl, I went through and changed 100% of my books to plus shipping. We'll see what happens. So how long ago did you do that, Paul? Matilda said that's awesome. Blake says there's nothing better than a ka-ching, but there is 2 ka-chings. 2 cha-Chinese. Cha-chings. That's funny. And Blake does agree with me that is true. And says I got him there. and great minds. Yeah. So that's, yeah, it's very cool. Very, very cool. So, yeah, well, that was it. Look, after my crappy days, that's probably made up a little bit for the donuts that I've had this week. Over the last few nights, says Paul, let's see what he says. Over the last few nights, books and CDs so far. So you're going to change all your listings over to free post, over to plus post by the sound of it, which is what I did. I changed all mine. And, you know, I'm even changing some of my postage policies in a sense. I'm narrowing down the types of postage that I'm going to be using. So I used to send some of the smaller books in the little C5 green envelopes from Australia Post because I do everything tracked. And I've decided that's just an extra thing, and I don't get much of a discount off Australia Post for those. So I chucked them away, and so I still had some books, the little thin books that fit in those envelopes, and I earlier in might have been late last week actually, I went through and I changed them all over to a new policy, which is plus post, using the padded mailer. So they're a parcel now, not a letter. So they're, you know, a bit dearer. They're twice the price in postage. And I thought, oh, look, while I'm in there, I'm going to, because, you know, I slowly discount prices on things. So I increased the price of each one by $2. And this week I've sold 2 of those books. You have 7,000 listings to change. Wow. That is a big store. So what do you, is that just books that you've got in your store? What have you got in your store? Flipping Farm Girl. And please tell me your first name, because I can't remember if you did tell me or not. But yeah, I feel a bit silly keeping on calling you Flipping Farm Girl. We should be on a first name basis, I think. Paul says, I have a lot of new iPhone cases and accessories that I might leave as eBay Plus eligible. Yeah, that's fair enough too. That is fair enough. Can you export them out, change? And, well, do you use postage policies, Flipping Farm Girl? Because all you have to do is change the postage policy, if you do. And hi, Brendan, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, the beauty of postage policies is that when things change, you don't have to go and change all your listings. You only actually have to change the policy that all those listings are attached to. And yeah, that's good. If anyone's not using postage policies, you're mad. That's awful, isn't it? Yeah, look, going. I just happen to have made a few videos on that. So if you don't use postage policies, I've done a series on postage, and I sort of explain how it all works, the types of stuff you can use. Then I explain how to actually make the policy, and then I explain how to clean up your policies, because you'll find you'll have all different. If you haven't been using postage policies, you'll have lots of different. Hi, Jane. Good. I'll remember that now. You'll have lots of different policies in there from, you know, look, I could go into a whole spiel for the next half an hour as to why you do, but you do. And so just take Grumpy Granny's word for it. So you do have to do a little bit of cleaning up. And then if you clean up the way that eBay wants you to clean up, then I find that it takes all the returns policies off and puts another weird return policy on. I mean, the metrics of the return policy are the same. Like if you've got a 30-day free returns, it'll still do the same, add the same thing, but it'll have, hang on, we're going to get a cat. Can you see her whiskers? Can you see her whiskers at the top of the screen? Look, there we go. There we go. Oh, wait. You get away. Yeah. So do have a look at the policy, using some policies. And an interesting thing, if they were free shipping, you might have to take the price down. Yes. Well, yeah, you do. I mean, you do, but you don't. See, I didn't. I increased the price. You know, what the heck? I thought if I didn't sell after a few days, you know, after a week or so, then I'd start changing. So that's only the books, 2,500 clothes, postage extra and policies on those. Other stuff, 700 items. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, you can change them over a bit at a time, of course. You know, Blake, I call accepting lower offers a sacrificial lamb. Yeah, well, we all know Grumpy Granny loves $20 jeans offer. Not. Look, $20 jeans offers are okay for me because I pay so little for my jeans, but it's still annoying, If the jeans I've got listed are for $24.95, I don't mind accepting a $20 jeans offer. But when they're listed at $29.95 or $34.95 or more, it pisses me off getting a $20 jeans offer, let me tell you. That is for sure. Yeah, perfect name for it. Yep, I agree. But, look, what's the point? And I look at that, I keep going to say Arabic dictionary. Like it's massive. Like they're really big. I don't know whether you've ever seen them. They're really big. And I look at that and, it's the fact that I had two and, not just one, I have two of them, and that it has been sitting there for so long. You've got that's something you've got to find a particular seller for. Like I would have taken $20 for that, honestly, because it's such a I have to find a particular buyer for that, and it cost me 20 cents. So even if it had been $20 plus post, it still would have been still a good flip. But at $80 plus international post, that's a ripper of a and which probably makes sense why they offered me the $80 actually. So yeah, I think that was fair enough. Blake says, I take almost all offers if they are profitable. Yes. Look, see, I guess that's a difference between male and females. It probably depends on what sort of a mood I'm in, to tell you the truth. Because when I'm grumpy, I'm bloody grumpy, and I get very pissy, and I just think, no, buggy up. And I had one. So I had a pair of nice vintage Billabong jeans that someone offered me $10 for, and they were worth a hell of a lot more than $10, let me tell you. And I think I had them listed for $29.95, which was under market. Like it was, I list all my jeans under market. So, looked at policies on the books, but too difficult to do at the moment. So remind me, Jane, to tell you about how to go about that, but I'll finish the jean story first. So I counted them with which I thought a quite reasonable offer of $24.95. So that was a $5 discount off the jeans, which I think was about a 25% discount. So it was, not bad. They'd been listed for half a day. So, oh, hello, Cajun Roots. We all crashed your live stream last night. That was funny, wasn't it? We were very naughty, but it was lots of fun, let me tell you. And it's good morning for you, but it's good night, so we're all having a bit of a tipple. Well, not all of us are. I'm just assuming that I'm a sweet old lady. Yes, Scotty. Sure. Hello, Scotty. Good to see you. So I counted at $24.95. Well, then they declined my offer. And I thought, well, you could have at least counted back, And so then a few days later, they sent me an offer for $15, still way under. I'm not going to sell them for that. So I once again sent back the $24.95 offer, and they declined it again. And so I was in a mood, shall we say, the next time, on their third try, they sent me an offer for $17. I sent them an offer for $26.95 because I thought, well, yes. Which I'm very naughty. I know. I didn't get to bed. Cajun Roots. Hang on, I'll come back to you in a minute, Justin. Cajun Roots. I did not get to bed till after 2 a.m. last night because I kept on, hopping into people's live streams, which was fun, but I was suffering for it today. Why are we talking about snacks? Oh, you'll accept all snacks. Yes, of course you will. I'm also pretty much accept all offers. My buy cost is so low on most of my listings, and I've done the mindset of sell more items for a bit less. Yeah, well, this is true. This is true. Very true. And so, look, I'll just put this one up again because isn't that nice? Scotty says, I'm a grumpy. Grumpy, you're a sweet old lady. Oh, thank you. And then Mel says that I'll take most offers as well. I feel like as soon as I take an offer, I start getting more sales. And that's true. I 100% guarantee it. And I am going to do a little experiment on it after I've had I won't do it on a donut week, but on another week, I want to do an experiment on it for accepting all offers over a week and then not accepting offers over a week and see, because I've definitely you get more offers once you've accepted it. The algorithm does not like it if we knock back offers, I say. So Jane, yes, has I don't know what Paul has suggested, but what I was going to say to you, so I would suggest what you do is actually make your policies, make your plus post policies so that anything you list going forward is going to be on those policies. And then every time you've got a few minutes, just go into your old policies and you can go into them, and you if you watch my video, and you can go to the left, to the right, and you can view the listings that are attached to a policy. So you can go into your old free post policy and view the listings that are in there and bring them up and then edit them. And just do 200 at a time and transfer them over. And you can actually use the same bulk editing tool to change the price on all the things. So, I will quite often do it, and I'll sort by price. And that way you can select all the ones of the same price, so that then when you're going to reduce the price because it's not free post anymore, then you can reduce them all to the same price. And just, do it that way. You'll be surprised how quickly it thing. I've had some with counter offers which were rejected, and then in the end they buy with full price. Yeah, that does happen, doesn't it? I just think people are just getting, I don't know. I just think people are getting worse. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting worse. Maybe I'm getting grumpier. Maybe that's what it is. Thomas. Oh, yeah, we did that one. Thomas, thank you. And Christian says, what other reselling live streams do I watch? Oh, well, goodness me. Well, I was in Cajun Roots live stream last night, and I was in Dawn and Susie's. I've been in the Philly Flippers. I like to annoy the gajibas out of the Philly Flipper. So I've actually managed to get him to 85% guarantee that he's going to come on Octo on my live stream. Oh, not our live stream, on our podcast. Because I annoyed him so much. Depends what's on depends what's on. Look, I've been going into John the Reseller's listing live streams, and it's good. I don't mind that at night when, after I've had a long day and you don't want your head to be as busy, perhaps. Today, during the day, it wasn't my cup of tea, because during the day, I want something to be keeping me busy while I'm taking my photos, which is what I was doing today. I don't want to have the silence of no one talking for 30 minutes. So, yeah, it's not my format for during the day, I must say. And I will also say, at night time when he's doing the listing live streams, generally I'm not listing, I'm comping prices. So I don't mind the silence so much. Or I'm editing a video, which also is good, because then I'm not actually missing much of the chat. I'm actually able to keep up with the chat and go off for the 30 minutes and do my editing. So Jane says, had someone lowball offer and counter offer on a set of books this week because they'd been listed for months, used all his chances up and ended up paying full price. Yeah, that's the way. Don't you love that? I love that. Hi, Rob. How's things going for you this week, Rob? Good? Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Absolutely strange. Here she comes. Hello, Simba. Come and say hello to all the boys and girls. No, you're not hogging the limelight. Just say hello to the boys and girls. Doesn't she look miffed? She looks really pissed off, doesn't she? She is, because I'm sitting on her night. She sits in this chair in this little spot, because I only use this chair when I'm doing Zoom calls or live streams or recording the podcast. So she's not happy because I'm on her chair. She is a pest. She is a pest. She is beautiful. She is. Yes, she was a rescue. It's been a banger the last couple of weeks. Well, good. That's good. I'm pleased for you, because it hasn't been a banger here. I mean, the week before last was good, but yeah, this week's been a bit shitful. But it's picked up tonight, hasn't it, boys and girls? Yeah. No, that's good. That's good, Rob. I'm glad. I'm well. I'm well. I'm very well. Very well. Oh, what do you mean? Hang on. I meant Leanne with your live stream raids. Oh, hang on. I'm a pest. Oh, I thought you meant Simba was a pest. Yes, she is. I am a pest. Yes, I am a serial pest. So, what do you think of this idea, though? I was thinking that if I continue to do some live streams, once I, now that we seem to have sorted out the bugs, if I keep doing it, I thought it might be fun that one of the regular things that we would do would be to go in and crash someone else's live stream. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that'd be a good thing? So basically all we have to do is we just pick a random live stream, and then at some point during the night, we'll just say, or I'll just say, rightio, boys and girls, let's go over to so-and-so's live stream now, and I'll put a link in the chat, and off we'll go. We'll just jump on over there, and we will annoy, and it's just a matter of, everyone saying hello, and yeah. I mean, I think Cajun Roots, I mean, we all jumped in your chat, so you didn't have to put up with me quite as much as what Dawn and Susie did, because I actually jumped in their live stream with them and taught them a lot about Australia. I did teach them lots about Australia. So the Aussie Nurse Flipper says, I had a lowball offer today, and before I could answer, he said, don't worry, I've got one even cheaper off Gumtree. This all under 5 minutes. Well, talking of that, that's funny, because, I was whinging about eBay with their glitches, and they're always changing things at the moment. Leave things alone. Because I received an offer, and then they retracted the offer. Well, 5 minutes later, I got a notification, and I thought, oh, they must have decided to offer me again and send me the offer through again. And it wasn't. It was the original offer notification 5 minutes after they'd retracted. Like, honestly. Remind me to do a live when you are about to raid. Yeah. No, I think it'd be fun. And it's good for each other's channels too, I suppose, because you're, sending some viewers over there and you're getting some viewers, and yeah, I mean, it's funny. But the worst thing about that last night, though, was it was John's idea. John was the one. John the reseller told us, didn't he? Didn't he, boys and girls? He told us to go over there to Cajun Roots and say good day, which we did. And then I got into trouble for doing it later on. He said, right, when we're doing a listing live stream, we're going to be doing a listing live stream, Grumpy Granny. So I was, yes, a bit miffed, because I thought, well, I was only doing what you told me to do, and now I'm in trouble, And that's difficult for me, because I was a goody two-shoes at school. I didn't get into trouble when I was at school. So it's a whole new, that being told off by the teacher is not fun, I can tell you. I think kids would learn their lessons when they got, I need to work out how I can make this, the chat thingy a bit smaller, I think. Methinks, because it's a bit big, isn't it? Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. I think that will be better. Is that better? I think so. I think so. Yes. Jane says, yeah, crazy Aussies. We are all crazy. And Blondie says, yes, he did tell us to all go over there. And so does Liz. Yeah. And Paul's laughing, which means that he agrees with me as well. So there you go. There you go. So, yes, I think it's a bit unfair. Don't tell me to go and do something and then growl at me. Like, that's not very fair. Anyway, so I told him today I was only lurking. I wasn't going to comment in the chat because I was only lurking because I was too frightened that he was going to tell me off again. But, yeah, bit of fun. But it was actually, because I don't know, the rest of you that did it with me, you didn't all jump in the live stream as such. But even when we first went into Cage and Roots chat and we were all saying hello, and then they were seeing all these Aussies come in because we were all saying, it's Leanne from Australia. It's this, I didn't say Leanne, I said Grumpy Granny, and, Paul. And we're all saying we're from Australia and we're from John's live stream. So they all thought it was hysterical. Like, they thought it was great. So did you enjoy doing it? That's the thing, isn't it? Because no good me saying we'll do it if you didn't enjoy doing it. Put my computer back up. Oops. Oh, knocking everything. Whoa. Knocking everything over. I am. That's a bit better. Then I don't feel like I'm quite so much in the spotlight. I can have a little bit of room. Yes, I agree, Blondie. All John's fault. Okay. Go and cook tea and head to bed. Big day today. Okay. Hope you're cooking something yummy. Grumpy Granny had pizza, which according to the lady from Jersey in America, wasn't real pizza. Because, it's not the original pizza, which is basically the pizza dough, cheese, marinara sauce. Is that it? Yeah, that's all. So have a good night, Blake. Be good. The Aussie nurse Flipper says, when you were at school, was that before or after Noah's Ark? Well, that's a bit cheeky. You can't ask good lady her age. I can't tell you that. But, I did used to ride my horse to school, if that helps. Any? No, and then Cajun, see, here we go. He says, I hope it was a welcome to all of you and enjoyed meeting you all in the chat. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you. We had fun. It was really good fun doing it. Hopping over and raiding someone else's chat. And did you wonder what on earth is going on with all these Aussies coming into your chat? It had to have been a bit strange, I'm sure. And Jane says, we'll have to head soon as well. Have a garage sale to get up to at 7. Oh, are you going to the garage sale or are you holding the garage sale? Before you go, tell me that. Because I'm having a garage sale on Sunday. So in my town, there's generally not very many garage sales, but once a year we have a whole town garage sale. Why they have it on Father's Day, beyond me, because I'm sure we lose a lot of buyers through doing that. But that's when it is. And, yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. On Sunday, yeah. Sunday is Father's Day. Yeah. So I have to get up early tomorrow too to start sorting more stuff for the garage sale and getting it all ready. But I've decided not to stress. I will get out what I can. And what I don't get out, I'll donate to the op shop or, have another garage sale in a fortnight or something, when I get some more stuff together. Because it's not like I don't have plenty. I do. Look, I have more than I normally would because there's several categories that I'm not going to be selling in anymore on eBay. The few bits and pieces I've got left, I've unlisted off eBay, and I'm just going to be putting them in the garage sale and try to get $1 for it, get $1 for each thing. I think I'll be more than happy to get $1 for each thing. And, yeah, That'd be good if I could get $1. And Brennan says, oh, hang on, go back to Liz. I hadn't read that one. It was enjoyable and has given me others to watch that look like they'll be interesting to watch. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a great way to find some other people that are doing live streams. And, yeah, it gives us a few other people to have a look at. I quite agree. Because each time I go into those, into people's live streams, I subscribe. So that then I'll remember to go back and check them out. So, yeah, it's all good fun. And Brennan says, I love it when Americans lecture people about authentic food. Well, we did have, I don't know how many of you have seen Mel's video that she did where she was saying Parmesan cheese and Philly Flipper was saying Parmesan. And he thought that she was just taking the mickey out of him, but yeah, she wasn't. Yeah, they say Parmesan too. One was from near New Orleans, one of the ladies, and the other one was from Jersey. Imagine living in a country with no cabana. How true. How absolute true. That's very true, Paul. Mm-hmm. But the look on their faces when I said about yabbies, and they looked at me and I said, well, they're like your crawfish. And then one of the ladies said something about lobster, and I said, well, yeah, crayfish. And she goes, no, the crawfish are only this big. And I said, no, crayfish. So that was fun. And Cajun Root says, I love a good raid. Love watching John's live listings. Yes, he's very entertaining. Although Granny does think he needs to learn to talk just a little bit. That's Simba. Thank you for putting your claws in my backside. A little bit fast, I think. Anyway, so don't let on, though. So what I'm going to do, because I have told him that I'm going to do a reaction video to one of his. So part of what I'm going to do in the reaction video is some of you may or may not be aware, but when you're watching a YouTube video, you can alter the speed at which it plays back. So I'm actually going to slow it down and say, oh, look, that's so much better. I can understand him now. Because I'll be doing the full Grumpy Granny, thing. And so Liz is asking again, Father's Day. Yes. Did I answer that before? Same thing. Yeah. I'm going to a whole town garage sale next weekend. Very excited. Woohoo. I would have been worried if you had said this weekend because I would have thought you were coming to the one here. Going was more fun. The only problem with having a garage sale for me on the one day of the year that we have garage sales in town is I can't go to any of the other garage sales. That pisses me off. But anyway, it's important for me to live in a whole town sale. It's a farm moving sale. Ooh, farm moving sales are good. So yeah, because generally if they're moving, the household stuff gets sold too. And I know that because I used to work in a stock and station agents, and I was the auctioneer's penciler. So yeah. What categories am I jumping out of? So leather, well, I've got to say vintage leather handbags, but vintage handbags and handbags in general. I do still have a few vintage leather wallets, ladies' wallets left that I did have, and then I didn't list once I decided I wasn't going to be doing them anymore. I have got some shoes left, so they're going out. I've got I think I might only have like 2 leather belts, vintage leather belts left. And what else have I got? Oh, ceramics. When I went through that period of buying the antique plates and thinking, oh, I'm going to make my fortune selling these beautiful plates, and then discovered how much I hated trying to package them up so they'll get there safely. So, yeah, I'm getting out of those too. Hi, Wow Games. How are you? We're all going quite well. We are all going quite well. And the Aussie Nurse Slipper says, here in Brisbane, you would get many come to a garage sale on Sunday. Flea markets are on Sunday. Oh, you wouldn't get many, are you saying? I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, they don't have them on the Saturday here because it's still footy season here. Like regional footy. So, yeah, you're not going to get them to come on a Saturday here. So that's why it's a Sunday. So, yeah, night, Jane. See you next time. Oh, Liz, you're from the USA. Ah, dumbass me. Yeah, Father's Day in Australia is this weekend. So it's always the first Sunday in September is our Father's Day where, people celebrate their fathers. I'm going to go and see my dad, but he won't answer me back, unfortunately. But that's okay. I still like to go and have a chat to him. You can read into that one what you will. Caven says, hi, Caven, where's your tentacle co-host? Oh, I've got to have some time to myself, haven't I? Glory be. Glory be. Yes, it's good for, partners to have some time apart, So, yes, and Octo's going to be starting up his own little thing, where he is going to be doing his listing 8 at 8. So he's going to take on a competitor and they've got to list 8 items in an hour, and then they'll report back later in the week or the next week. They'll report back and see who can sell the most out of those 8 things. So, yeah, and I think he was talking that at the start they'll just do whatever they choose to list, and then later on they might do some themed ones, which would be fun, like, because you could do a Halloween themed. You can only list something to do with Halloween, or you could only list Christmas things, or, yeah, I think that would be fun. Bit of a challenge. Rob's a bit like me. Plates and breakable items frighten me. I look at them in the store and just shudder. I'm like a bull in a china shop. Yeah, me too. Me too. So I made the stupid mistake of, it was my first really, really big weekend of postage, and I had 36 items to post, and they were all straight in the padded mail or in a vinyl satchel, apart from 2 items. One was a piggy bank that was about this big. It was a 1950s kitschy big piggy bank. So it was quite big. And then what was the other one? Oh, the other one was quite a nice oval. They call them a celery plate. They're just the right size to have a stick of celery on. You don't just put a stick of celery on it. You put more than that on it. Or asparagus is another good thing to serve on them. And I left them to last. And that was the dumbest thing ever, because the piggy bank had to be double boxed for a start. And I was just, at that stage, I was still sticky taping my labels onto each parcel. It was before I discovered sticky labels. I was knackered, and then I still had to do these 2. And I said, that's it. And you know what? I went down the post office and dropped all the parcels off. And I came back and I sat and I removed every single ceramic breakable item out of my store. Well, I think I did notice the other day there might still be one coffee cup in there that I have to get rid of out of there. Jennifer says that breakables, she finds them scary too. Yeah. And yet some people love doing it. Some people love doing the ceramics, but yeah. I mean, I love the ceramics and I love antique and I love vintage, but yeah, no, I don't like packaging them. Glad things haven't been too bad. Aussie Nurse Flipper, what part of Brisbane? So is your Brighton, like Brighton down in Melbourne? It's the toffee place? Yeah, it is a bit of a challenge. I think it would be. It is good fun. I think it'll go well for the old Octo. Oh, so I had to show the ladies from America whose live stream I jumped into last night. They wanted to see what Octo looked like. So because I was trying to explain to them that I did a podcast with a octopus, and I did say he's an 8 foot high octopus. And then I showed them a picture, but they thought that he was a plush. I said, no, he is actually 8 foot high, 8 foot tall. So, yeah. So Liz says, I finally heard back from my family at 5 p.m. tonight to try and get a booking for 7 people to Sunday breakfast. Oh. And I'm guessing you're too late. I'm guessing. Breakable's always worried till they get to eat. It is. It's stressful. It is stressful. Caven says, I sell mugs. I just bubble wrap the crap out of them. Yep. Look, I think mugs aren't quite so bad because they are made to be a bit sturdier though too, aren't they? And you can bubble wrap the hell out of them. And then I put them in the same cardboard boxes I put my hats in, which are essentially these ones here. Whoop. Yep. Like these. Whoop. These boxes here. Yeah, and I put plenty of shredded paper around them too. So, yeah, coffee cups aren't quite so bad, but it's the more delicate stuff is shocking. I was in a slipper cool. I'm on the other side near Ipswich. Okay. I know nothing about up there. I do not. I'd much prefer to sell I thought instead of selling ceramics, like I thought it'd be much better to actually like sell beanies, don't you think? Do you think? I know you've all seen it, but I just thought for anyone that hasn't seen it, as my little beanie friend. Grumpy Granny went to thrift today, got lucky with a mum. Oh, loud. No, I have a fellow grandma actually crochets these for me. So, yeah. No, that's not Wilma. Wilma's here. Wilma is right here. You want to see Wilma? Look, Wilma's very stylish. Look, isn't she? I couldn't put it on last time because I had rollers in my hair and it would have caught on the rollers. I mean, Wilma's not too bad because you can get away with Wilma thinking that it's a bit of a flower, isn't it? But it's actually not a flower. But, yeah, just a bit of fun. What's the stiff? Oh, Blondie. That's enough. I can't say. Yeah, Wilma's quite good. Yeah, Wilma's quite good. So I did get myself a new beanie though, if I can see where I put it now. Maybe I can't. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. No. Oh. No. Oh, yes, I can see it. It dropped on the floor. Hang on. Let me just find it. Here it is, coming. This is my new beanie. For my next wrap video, what do you think? Be good for my next wrap video, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon that'd be good prezzies to open it on Christmas Day or something when you've got a group of people. Liz was thinking a flower would work just as well. Well, it would, wouldn't it? It would. You've seen those for sale on eBay? Well, now you know who's selling them. Aussie Nurse Flipper, I should say. Oh, I need a drink after all that. So I'll let you in all on a little week. So when I made the wrap video, and I had a bit of consultation with some people in the know, and they told me that I needed to do one part with a beanie. And I thought, well, how am I going to do that? Because I have my hair rollers. But, I've got some change. But I discovered a little trick because it actually takes me quite a long time to put all my rollers in. And I discovered this really good trick with the beanie. I actually don't have to put my rollers in. Well, I do. I put one at the front. So I put one roller here in the front properly. So let's just pretend that one's in properly. Right. Oh, hang on. I'll get that one in there. So just pretend that one's in properly. So then I can just do this. If I'm wearing a beanie and I'm feeling lazy and don't want to put my hair rollers in properly, I can do the beanie thing and just put the rollers all around here, and it takes 5 minutes. Tricky. So when you see me like that, it's because I'm being lazy and I haven't put my rollers in, because they do take. They probably won't go in properly because my hair's not wet. But yeah, it takes a bit of finagling to get them in properly, let me tell you. There we go. There's one. Let's see if we can get another one. You feel like opening a 9 case because you're not getting what you thought you were getting. That's a good one. I like that, Rob. That's very clever. Hang on. Oh, no, no, that one's not going to stay in because my hair's too dry. But yeah. So it is a bit of a pain, but yeah. It's all in good fun. And I do have to say, my hair does stay nice and curly for the rest of the week after I've done it a couple of times a week, putting rollers in. You've got, oh, yeah, I was going to show you my chains, wasn't I? Yes. Well, how comes you're naughty? Okay. So here we go. I have to do this properly. Open the wrong drawer. Ah, yes, here we go. Look. Hang on. I've got all the chains. Look at this. It's chains, but Grumpy Granny style. What do you reckon? I mean, that one would have to come up a little bit like that. But, yeah, they're like, like big chunky chains, but Grumpy Granny style chains, I think. Pretty cool. And they'd look good just with a plain top on. What do you reckon? Puppy Dog Diary, hello. I know it's you by the seller's name. Oh, well, there you go. I always thought you had a wig that had rollers attached. No, it's my own hair. It is my own hair. For some strange reason, well, apparently other people do too. It is a bit weird, isn't it? Yep, it is a bit weird. Hi, Puppy Dog Diary. How are you? Wow, says that works well for the wrap, I think. Yes, I think so. Because I kind of thought, like, what's the point in getting just big chunky chains like the wrappers wear? It needs to be granny style. So, yeah, I've got a whole heap of them, all different ones, to go with whatever I'm wearing. But I just thought that was a bit more grumpy granny style, I reckon. Then, it's a nice big chunky things that are a bit vintagey. And you know what I did find when I found all the jewelry? Look, have you all seen one of these before? This is vintage. I'll show you. It's a bit early for that, isn't it? All right, I better put him away. It is a bit early for that. Wow, I actually thought you meant different kinds of chains. No, they've got to be Grumpy Granny chains. Hang on, go back again. Rob says you need more chains. Oh, no, I do have more. I honestly do have more. Lots more. Puppy Dog Diary is waving. Matilda says hello. And no, because I'm not monetized, Puppy Dog Diary. But thank you for the offer. No, I'm not. I am not monetized. I'm a long way from being monetized. So to get monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. And I'm nearly halfway there. Mind you, in America, they don't. They only have to have 500 subscribers, and in the UK, but they haven't changed it for the Australians for some reason. Why don't I just get a wig with rollers in it? Well, that would be very inauthentic, I think. Don't you think? Yeah, I think that would be a bit inauthentic if I had a wig. I've thought about it a few times. I mean, I've got a wig, but it's not one that you put rollers in. It's bright colours. Granny bling, yes, I like that. Granny style would be bottle caps. That's true. Oh, there goes my new gimbal I just dropped on the floor. I should shift this bucket of hair rollers now. Put them back so that I'm not dropping my new gimbal. Did I show you my gimbal, boys and girls, or not? I might have talked about it. And Matilda says, well, games after those beanies. Yeah. Vintage fleshlight. That's right. That is right. Dry light. I was thinking about a big double golden GG neck chain. Yeah. Well, that's what I should get. My daughter does those cuts things with her cricket machine. I should get her to make me one, shouldn't I? That would be pretty cool. I thought this was about to go 50 Shades of Grey. Well, it's already grey, just not the 50 Shades off. Yeah. And Mel says that would be a plot twist. Yes, indeed it would be a plot twist. Indeed it would be. And I need to crack open another can because I'm done first. So here we go. Drink number 2 for the night. How's everybody else doing? Is everybody else having a bit of a sip, or are you all working, listing away or something crazy? Because it is Friday night, Oh. So there we have the swig out of the can. Some of you may have seen this before. Some of you may not. So where I come from, we led the can. So I've taken a good-sized swig out of my can, and then what I do is I put a little bit of the old Captain Jack in there. And because I used to be a barmaid, I know quite just the amount to pour in there without a measuring pourer. And, yeah, then you give it a good old swirl. You have to be careful, though. Captain Jack, the Captain Morgan doesn't froth up very much, but if you're going to use something like Canadian Club, or it's starting to froth, if you're going to use something like Canadian Club and some of the whiskies, you've got to be careful because it will overflow. Matilda wants to know, is anyone actually listing? Well, it wasn't, yeah. I mean, if you want to list, by all means, list. But, yeah, it wasn't really meant to be a listing thing. So Rob, did you run out of drink or run out of listings last night? Just wondering. And Caven says, I was going to list, then he saw GG live. They're very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Liz, I need to do some drafts, although going to get a beer shortly. Oh, yeah, I like a good beer. Beer's got to be, I like a good beer, and I like it to be cold, and I prefer to drink it out of, depends on the beer. Some beers I like to drink out of a can. Some I like to drink out of a stubby, but they've got to be cold, and I like them on a really hot day. I like a good beer. Blondie's trying to list, but she keeps laughing. Well, that's good. I'm entertaining you then. That's good. I like to hear that. I like to know that you're all being entertained, which is very good. So here's the gimbal with my new, I might have showed you all this last week. So this is my second GoPro that I have. And if I can get it to, here we go. Look. And now it's turned on. So it will actually keep the camera straight. Look. How cool is that? And, now it's gone crooked again. Why did it do that? Go back straight again. Go back straight again. And then, maybe the batteries are going flat. I need to charge it, I think. Yeah, the batteries must be going flat, I think. I need to charge it. But I can actually get it to change directions from here. Like I can rotate it up and down. Isn't that cool? But the beauty of it for me is that because I walk so crookedly, because of my back problem and my numb foot, when I do video, it looks really shaky. So, funny, isn't it? I spend all the money on buying a gimbal, and then I'm going to have back surgery, and I might probably need to have the gimbal. But, no, I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll be really good. And you can actually put it on I've got another thing you can put it on there to extend it to, so you can have it up and down. So, yeah, be really good, I think. I do. Let's catch up on the chat. Dean says, get the grandkids to make you a bottle top chain for the wrap. Yeah, I should too, shouldn't I? Yeah. Well, maybe my oldest granddaughter, look, the younger ones, I could just well imagine what sort of thing I'll be wearing. Little treasures that they are. And it just so happens that my eldest son is a chef, and he is a chef at the Bridgewater Hotel, which is a very popular place in the middle of nowhere, really. Very small population town, but they have a lot of people come from out of town, and they do destinations. They have weddings and stuff there. And yeah, so I'm sure he's got access to some bottle tops. What? I don't list, my VA does that. I photograph and price comp. No more liquor. Oh, you have a VA. Do you not find, though, like, how good are your listings? Do you find that the VA does a great job of doing them? Or are you more of a listing the same type of things over and over and over? I suppose if that's the case, it would be okay. I'm so pedantic about my listings and have to have them. My OCD has to have them perfect. So I would really struggle having someone else do them. Blondie says I'm very entertaining. Thank you, Blondie. Who knew? Oh, so here we go. Talking about me being entertaining. So my second child, he's a school teacher. And he really hadn't caught up on the fact that his mother was now a, social media sensation. So I sent him the link to my rap video and a couple of other videos last night. And in typical school teacher fashion, the response I got was, instead of saying, "Oh, that's great, Mum, that was funny, I enjoyed that," no, I got, "I'm really glad that you have found something that you enjoy doing." So I'm not quite sure what that means, but yeah. Don't know. I will only drink from the bottles, can't drink from the cans. Oh, okay. In general, you don't like drinking from cans in general, or just for beer? Oh, Puppy Got Dog Diary is going to be right back. Blondie looks like Alfred Desk Mike of Hey Hey. Alfred oh, yeah. Yep. Yes, indeedy. Cathan, so tech savvy. So is my mum. Me, not so much. Yeah, it happens. Yes, it does. Blondie, sorry, bumped caps. 17. Oh, okay, I can't. Yeah, okay. Yep. Good job. So I'm guessing then that means, so you're able to list a lot more then, because if you're putting your time into your sourcing, your photographing, and your comping, then I guess you would be able to list a lot more. So do you provide her much extra information, or just the photos and the price? That's what I'd be curious about. Some same category, so everything is structured, and UPC has the item. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. How many children do I have? Says Mel. Well, I have 3 children. So I have Ethan is my oldest. He's the chef. And then I have Brandon. He's my middle child, and he was always the wild child at school, which was really funny. And he was always the one that I got called up to the school to see the school teachers because he'd been a shit of a kid again. And the funny thing is that now he's a school teacher. But I guess, he makes a good school teacher because the kids won't get away with much with him because he knows what kids get up to. And he didn't go back. He went back as a mature age student to do teaching. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And then Brittany is my youngest. And, she works in a furniture store. And, so Ethan has 3 children, and Brittany has 1, and Brandon has a dog. So there you go. Here's a fur baby. Both him and his partner are teachers. Just for beer, says Liz. And then she says, and many years ago, when they had the CCs and dry, 6% in bottles, that was the preferred. But for some reason, you can't find them now. No, you can't. You cannot. I think they might have stopped bottling them. I do. Well, fun fact, my daughter's partner, Emma, she's a lab technician. But what she does, she works in breweries and tests the alcohol. And unfortunately, she's changed jobs recently. So she used to work in a bottling place where they bottled Starward whiskey, which, let me tell you, is a very nice little drop. And they used to be able to, because they were bottling for other companies, so then they have to dispose of the alcohol. So what they would do, they would then, the staff would be able to take a certain percentage of it home after it was all tested and what have you, because that would save the company then having to pay someone to actually dump it for them. So it was good. And so I used to get quite a good supply of that. But she's shifted jobs now and they don't do that. So the place she's gone to now is one where they actually make their own wine and bottle their own wine. So, yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame. So the process is, when I photograph, I grade and scan UPC into a spreadsheet, which I provide to the VA. They create the draft. Then I price, comp, and check and schedule. Okay, cool. Yep. Yep. I like that. Yep. Sounds good. Sounds good. Very good. So I'm assuming media of some sort that you're doing. You may or may not like to tell us more. Oh, my God, my youngest is Brandon, so naughty at school and had ADHD, and now in his 20s is settled. Definitely must be the name. Definitely, yes. Yes, I quite agree there. Yes, he was yeah. Shit of a kid. And so Jen says, what do you do if you have missed? What do you do if you have missed? What have I missed? I don't know. Visual moving pictures on the television screen category. Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. Yes. I would not have been your friend years ago. I might have mentioned before that back in the day, I'm not sure whether I did tell you that. So many years ago, I used to be a what was loosely classed as a video pirate, burning DVDs. But, you know, it was when I was first a single parent of 3 and needed to survive. And my mum used to growl at me because there'd be a story on the news saying, you know, that there was a crackdown on video piracy. I mean, we're talking pre-streaming times, of course. And my mum had said to me, oh, you know, you better be careful because, you know, there was a story on the news last night about video piracy. And I said, well, Mum, what would you prefer? I can be a video pirate or I can go and sell myself out on the streets. What's better? She then decided it was perhaps better that for the time being I could be a video pirate. So there you go. Liz, that is a shame. Encourage other family or friends to get a job there. Oh, here we go. Now we're going to catch up on what Jim. Something in a book and then notice it after it is sold. Oh, you mean like a problem? Yeah. So if you haven't sent it, I usually would put a note. I put a note on the book and yeah. There's 2 ways around it. You can either message the buyer and send them a photo if you haven't already sent it and say to them, look, you were just packing this up and you did notice this, because I mean, you're not going to notice everything with the book, because I flip over 3 pages and, you know, after I do the publication page and that, I just randomly choose 3 things in the book to take a photo of. I'm not going to catch every page. I mean, I usually do go flick, you know, like do that little trick. Like I usually do this. Mainly because I want to see if there's any money in there. No, I mean, because, look, I have just got a great collection of ephemera out of the books that I sell, the vintage ones. And I always like to see if there's anything in another book. So I do that. But, I mean, you're still not going to pick up everything. So, look, it depends on the value of the book and whether you think that they want the book to collect it, or whether you think that they just want it because they want to read it. So I would, yeah, you wouldn't download a card. That's correct, WoW Games. So yeah, I would either send them. Yeah, it really depends on the value of the book, Jen. Sometimes I would message them and send them a photo and say, look, I'm sorry, I was just packing this up, because that then gives them the option if they want to cancel the sale. Or if you think that's just going to be a book because they want it just because they want to read it, like if it's just a paperback that's really got no inherent value, then I think you can just send it, but I would put a post-it on the front and just say, look, I noticed this, but I do free returns. So it depends on that. Great description. What have we got here? Duds can be used as frisbees. Yes, that's true. That's true. Or hang them in the tree, and they're good to keep the birds out of your fruit trees. It was a good ad. It was a good ad. Jen, what do you do if you miss? Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. So I was reading out of order, wasn't I? Yeah. Easy to have. It is easy. It is easy. That's the important one, the cash check. Yeah. True. Yeah, I think if I had it, even if I had someone else having me list, I would have to have them save it to a draft, and not give them the price, so then they couldn't send it live accidentally, because I would want to double check it. And that's true. That's true. I mean, yeah. I mean, I have probably sent books that I've missed something in, and it depends how blatant it is. But yeah, if I catch it, I would usually contact them first, because I think it's not like with a piece of clothing, if it's got a little mark on it or a little hole in it that you perhaps didn't notice. I mean, I take photos of my clothing so that I would hope that they should be able to see those things if they enlarge the photos enough, even if I've missed them. But that's not going to always be the case with a book. And, I guess that's the other thing is too, how scarce the book is. Because if the book's really scarce, then it's highly unlikely they'll return it. But, yeah, it's better. I mean, if you can, you message them before is your safest way to do it. I had a book once where someone used a $50 note as a bookmark. Oh, lucky you, Thomas. See that? Oh, I keep saying I haven't found any money in pockets, and I haven't found any money in my books yet. So, yeah, that's a bit disappointing. But I am thinking about starting to sell in the Ephemera section, which, if anyone doesn't know what that is, it's paper, basically. So all different types of paper. It can be anything from a concert ticket. Here she is again. From a concert ticket to get your butt out of my face, kitty cat, to a birthday card, someone's signature, menus. Get off the computer, you'll finish up turning it off like you did before. Go on. Who's what's? Get down. Stop. Get down. That's right, get down. Yeah. I mean, I like all that stuff, but it would be good in the sense that it's not heavy for me with my back. And I would have probably given it even more consideration in the very near future, except now I'm getting surgery. It won't be quite such a hassle. Liz, I haven't noted in all my book listings that there may be other minor damage I haven't seen. Oh, exactly. Yeah. And I always say, like, have a good look, because the photos will tell the description better than I can, no matter how much I write. The photos are going to show you more what the condition's like than anything. So, yeah, you can only do your best. But given that the bulk of booksellers, you'll find more books where the sellers have only got one, maybe two at the most photos, versus your listing, which I hope is more than that. Whether you've got 5 or 6 photos or 12 photos, like, if you're providing more photos, they'll be happy. My VA's permissions I have set is to create drafts only. They cannot make listings go live. Excellent. Excellent. Yes, I would want to do that. Yes, Kafen, it is a kitty, and she's feeling very narky because I'm sitting on her chair. It's not her chair, it's my chair, but at night time, this is where she sits because she gets nice and warm and snuggly on my chair. And she's not happy with me because she's not going to sit on her chair tonight, and she wants to. Aussie Nurse Flipper says, I thought someone wrote their name in a book. It didn't click to me that it was autographed till I sold it and was posting it. Yep. Yeah, and quite often I will, especially if, I take a closer look more so if I see it's a scribble, because honestly, if someone's writing their name in a book so that people will know who the book belongs to, they tend to print it or write it quite clearly. But if they're signing it, it will often be a scribble. So I take more notice of it when it is then. Dean, I found $50 and 2 movie vouchers in a backpack from the Oppie for 3. Ah, lucky you. Well done. Yeah, that's cool. I have found no money at all. Everyone keeps telling me to check the jeans pockets and clothing pockets and check my books, but yeah, I'm still waiting. Still waiting. Haven't found anything. It will happen. And when it does, maybe it's going to be big time. Or maybe some of the ephemera that I've already got is worth big dollars. Hey, Landshark Picker, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, hello, John. John, you better behave yourself in my live stream or I'll be growling at you. Got that? Please like this video if you do nothing else. Yes, please do that. That would be very good because it does help. It makes a little YouTubing, algorithm like me and puts my videos up on people's suggestions, which is good. That means more people will watch it, which is even better. Hello. Hey, John, have you got a video that I can do a reaction video to yet? I'm ready. Rob says, Landshark, welcome in. Liz says, I've noticed that a lot of books listed with only 2 or 3. Most of mine have between 14 and 25. Yeah, me too. I think, so I listed 2 lots of Women's Weekly cookbooks. They were 2 sets of 3. And a set like that's probably got the least amount of photos because I'll do the set for the front photo and then I'll do a front and back of each book. And they are in really good nick, and you can tell that from the covers. But because they don't have a year in them, I mean, the newer ones do, but the older ones don't, the 90s ones. So I don't tend to have to worry about doing the publication page. But yeah, they've still probably got 11 or 12 photos in them. So yeah, it'll be at least that. Yeah, Blondie hasn't found any money either. So there you go. How much do you have in it? In what? What have we got in it? Oh, do you mean in my drink? No, not my drink, because you can't see my drink, but I better have one. Or I'll finish up. Too thirsty. And Blondie says, hello, John. Is John crashing your live? Apparently, John is crashing my live stream. Oh, no. John, are you crashing my live stream? John says hi to everyone. And Jen said, I found rupiah, which is barley money in one of my books. Well, that's still money, isn't it? I haven't even found anything like that. So that would be good. I found lots of different bookmarks. I found menus from a cruise ship in night that was in 1951 or somewhere around there. Yeah, Caulfield race tickets, someone's airplane ticket, I think it was to France in 1977. Yeah, things like that. But yeah, no money. And I don't know. Yeah, I'll be interested to see because I'm going to do a bit of research on the old ephemera. I mean, I know postcards and old photographs and that sort of thing are valuable. But I don't know whether things like a Caulfield ticket from, 1974, say, or an aeroplane ticket to France from 1977, I don't know whether those things have any valuable per se. So it'll be interesting to see whether they do. John says that he's not crashing my live stream. He is respectfully sitting and listening. Oh, that's very good, boy. That's a very good boy. Yes. Good. Landshark Bigger says, run. And then John says, I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of scrutiny. Ah, yes. Well, it'll be fun. It would be fun. I have a plan. Yep. Hey, you could always bribe me, John. There's a thought. You could always bribe me. Recommerce Dave says, evening, GG. Hi, Dave. Dean, what have you done? I just sold a big day out ticket from 2002 for $30 plus post to New York City. Wow. Okay. So some of the weird stuff that I have got might actually have some value then. Or is it more the concert tickets and who was playing at the concert maybe? Interesting. Well, maybe, I haven't checked to see whether that Caulfield, well, look, I'm assuming that ticket wasn't for a winner of the Caulfield Cup because otherwise it still wouldn't have been in the book. So one assumes that it wasn't a winning ticket, but then again, someone that's interested in horse races, and if that was a particularly memorable horse race for some reason, it could very well, could be good, thing. And I know there's a lot of people that collect, airplane transportation stuff too. So so that stuff might be good. There are people collecting everything these days, worth putting up an old ticket stubs and so on. Yeah, true. I just haven't done much research on it. I mean, I think out of everything that I've got, I think the sailing ship menu, which is from it's the children's menu off that sailing ship, I think it would have the most value. I mean, I'm just saying that off the top of my head from when I look at it, but there are other things in there, and they're silly notes, some really weird notes, which are a lot of fun, too. So yeah, interesting. Check if your airline ticket was for the Concorde. It may be worth. Oh, hadn't thought of that. Because you don't know. Like, did someone keep that and use it as a bookmark over the years? Because that was the only time they flew overseas, or was it because they went on the Concorde? Like, you don't know these things. And that's where, I guess that's a big rabbit hole, isn't it, Ephemera? Like, you could really go down a big rabbit hole. Yeah, I think so too, Dad. It'll depend on who won the race. And one would assume that the ticket is not for the horse that won the race, because otherwise it wouldn't be in there. Bus tickets, even dry cleaning tickets. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Well, then I shouldn't chuck out any of the scraps of paper that I don't throw any of them out. Any of the stuff that I find in my books, I put them in a drawer. So I guess one night I'll show you guys and we can have a talk about some of them, because I've even got pressed flowers from out of some of the books, which is cool. And there's some really nice things in there in amongst it all. But I've not thrown any of it out. I just kept putting it in the drawer, because you just don't know. And I thought until I actually do a bit of research on it, I wouldn't know. With the right title and appealing images, anything will sell. That's true. That is true. Wouldn't crash your life and cause havoc. I have too much respect for the elderly. Oh. Who is... Were you the class call up to the teacher, John? Because you're doing a good job. That's very good. That's very good. Good to see. Yes, much better than, the chastising that you gave me last night, I must say. Marketplace lots. I have picked up one lot, had an ultrasound photo in it. Thankfully remembered where the books came from, ended up posting it back to the person. Oh, yeah. That's true. I don't know, Jen. How do you comp ephemera? Good question. I mean, photos I can. I have sold some old photos, and I have a lot more old photos to sell, and I mean a lot. And banknotes. Banknotes, probably not so much, say, Australian banknotes, but I have had a bit of a collection of ones that were like from World War II that are no longer in circulation. They were only currencies bought out during the war. And I was able to comp those okay because of the serial numbers and stuff. And they were, they had particular print blocks. And I just was lucky that I had one of the rarer print blocks. So they were okay. I could do those. But even coins, like I've got a lot of old coins, and they're even hard to. I mean, you can comp them, I guess, going by the date and the year. By the year and the, the detail that's on them. But there's so many fine details when it comes to coins. Like so, it's yeah. How long's a piece of string? I say. John the Reseller, you enjoying that whiskey again? I think he might be because, he's very quiet. Maybe his alter ego or his I think it might be his long-lost cousin, actually, John Z Reseller, that is at Octo's place. I reckon he might be pretty good at ephemera. He might know about old ephemera stuff, do you reckon? And Dean says, overprice ephemera with offers and take it from there. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, because you can't. I mean, that's one of the things with doing stuff on eBay, isn't it? You're better off starting high and coming down because you can't really go up. Well, you can, but not. Yeah, it's hard to go up, shall we say? Where it's pretty easy to come down and take an offer, like I did on my Arabic dictionary. That's a bit of a well, you couldn't say. I can't say that it's a bolo, really, because it has been sitting there since January, and that's a long time. But then I generally don't. My books are either vintage or they're rare or they're. Oh no, not all of them. But the majority of them are. So I expect them to be a bit long tail. They're going to be there till the right buyer comes along, some of them. So, they're not all going to be popular titles. So, and I guess the ephemera is going to be the same, isn't it? So do you reckon you would list it high and take offers as opposed to auction off ephemera, or is it more of a thing to auction it off? YouTuber, the auction professor. Yes, and I have watched a couple of his things, but I have started watching him, but the couple of things I've watched weren't actually on the ephemera, but I will get to some of his ephemera stuff. For those of you that didn't know, Blake is his love child. Don't repeat that. That's not true. But those that know about the photo will understand that. If they want it, they will offer. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree. Yes, handwritten granny and nan recipe books are great ephemera. And actually, surprisingly, hang on. Pardon me. So handwritten recipe books and recipe cards in those little file things are actually very popular and go for good money. A little bit hard to come by these days because families do tend to hang on to those. But they are worth good money. Actually, I've seen some of those go for really good money. Probably a lot harder for people to get rid of than other books because, I mean, I would look at the ones that my mum handwrote. and I'm quite sentimentally attached to those. So there's a lot of other things that, but yeah, not necessarily our recipes or my grandmother's recipe book that I would want to get rid of. You have to search for what you want. Yes, true. Very true. Dave says, what made you start reselling? Sorry if you've answered this before. No, that's fine. That's fine. Happy to. So, my kids had all left home. I was divorced, so I lived on my own. And no, actually, my daughter was still living with me when this story starts. So, yeah, my daughter was still living with me then. And my dad passed away in 2007. So that's where the story sort of starts. And my dad did everything for my mum. He babied her and he looked after her like she was a bloody princess, and she behaved like a princess too, I might add. And he did all the housework and all the cooking. She had a life of leisure. He kept her in the style to which she was accustomed, shall we say. And so when he passed away, within a couple of years, so about 2009, she was at the point physically where she couldn't stay at home on her own. So she didn't want to go into a home, and I didn't think I'd be able to live with her because she was very OCD about, cleaning and all that sort of stuff. So I didn't think we'd last very long. But I did say to her, come and stay at my place for a month and we'll see how it goes. If at the end of the month we can't live together, then you'll just have to go into the hostel. So fast forward like 15 years later, and my darling mother was still living with me. And she eventually went downhill. She was 92 and passed away in December 2019, so just prior to COVID. And I do thank God that she went when she went, not during COVID. She wouldn't have coped with that at all, because she had started to get dementia. And that was, that was tough. And, that was a bit hard. But she hadn't gotten that bad that she still knew who I was, which was really, really good. So that was good. So, so she passed away. And of course, at that point, I've been a carer for a long time and out of the workforce. But I didn't have to worry about it because, whoopee, the government gives you money on top of the job seeker. Because I'm under 60, I can't go on the pension or anything. So, I didn't have to worry because they instantly gave you all this money. And then they instantly took it away 2 years later. And you can't live off job seeker. I don't care what anyone says. And, because of my physical limitations waiting for the back surgery that I've been waiting for 2 years, I was going to struggle trying to find work because I can't stand for long periods. So I thought I was getting a bit desperate at one stage, and I was a bit worried that my bills were getting a bit away from me. So I thought, I'm going to sell some stuff around the house just to make some money. So I did. And my eyes started opening because things sold. And although I do think the first couple of weeks that you're reselling on eBay, the algorithm really does push you up high. Gives you a false sense of security of what reselling is going to be like. Don't get me wrong. But I started watching. I think I'd sold maybe half a dozen things was when I really started getting deep and meaningfully into watching the YouTube and anything I could find about reselling. So this is at the start of, this is start of last year, start of 2022. I started in February. I put my first listings up at the end of February, and I think I made my first sale at the following week. And it's been a big downhill slide since then, Dave. Really? No, I love eBay. It's my thing. It's my jam. I could say, I have said a few times, I wished I'd found it sooner, but then probably not, because maybe I wished I'd found it 2 years sooner, but I think I wouldn't have been able to do it. I wouldn't have been able to put into it what I put into it now if my mum had still been here. Because, apart from the fact that couldn't have taken over the whole house with all my stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But caring for someone that is elderly and with dementia is very stressful. I mean, I would have found it a good stress release, but I wouldn't have been able to put the time into it because of the time that I used to have to spend looking after her. So, and you know, I would not give up those years that I had with my mum for anything. They were wonderful. But now it's great for me to have my own thing. And my kids all thought I was just becoming a hoarder. And they would get on my case and give me heaps because, Mum, you're just getting so much junk in your house. You don't need to buy any more books. Oh, until I got to the point I had to show them what the figure. I didn't want to. I wanted to be earning this money and not having to report to anyone how much money I was earning. I mean, not that I'm not earning like uber big lots, but you know, with what I was on being on job seeker benefits, like to me, it was a lot of money. And I had to actually, because I think they wondered what was going on because I would have to actually ask them to help me out with money from time to time when I was on job seeker only. And, you know, and then it'd come Centrelink payment day and I would have to pay them back and then I'd be left with no money again. And I hadn't had to ask them for money. And, yeah, I think they wondered what was going on. And then, yeah, they would get into me. Hi, Nigel and Cindy. Good to see you. And then, yeah, they would say, oh, you know, you've got all these books. But, yeah, so anyway, I laid the figures out in front of them and they've stopped nagging me since then. In fact, my daughter now sources for me where she's from in Mildura. So she now sources for me, which is good. So I think they've sort of been very, you know, put back in their place. And I think they've been a bit surprised to see me making YouTube videos and, yeah, being so out there on this side of things because that's not me. Like, well, they didn't see it as me. But, you know, Grumpy Granny can get away with a lot more stuff than Leanne ever could, which is one thing. But I'm quite comfortable with it now. I'm quite comfortable with being in front of the camera now or, you know, the computer screen as such. And talking to you guys, I feel like I know a lot of you and it's great. I love it. And it's, do you know, the one thing I find, because someone did say to me the other day, because I'm still fairly new to reselling, honestly. And someone did say to me the other day, like, oh, you know, you're doing all this stuff on YouTube. You want to be careful that doesn't take away from you doing your eBay because that's important. And it is important because that's where I get money from. And I just said to them, I plan for that. I schedule listings on the other days extra so that on Thursdays when I'm doing the bulk of my YouTube stuff, I don't have to worry because this is my social outlet. And when you live by yourself, you know, there's not people around you all the time. And it's great to have a community that you can hop on and talk to. You know, that's, yeah, I think anyway. It's, yeah, it's my social interaction a lot of the times, and it's nobody else actually understands it. So most of you guys understand about reselling. So if I say stuff to you or you ask me a question, I can answer you, you understand what I'm saying. But, you know, you talk to your family or you talk to your friends and they think the same thing, that you're just buying too many books, you know. I've got a couple of friends that, you know, they say to me, you know, every time they see me about, you know, have you gotten rid of all those books yet? Well, yeah, I probably have gotten rid of all those books that you saw, but I've probably bought a heap more in since then too. So, you know. What do you do? What do you do? Paul says, yes, sounds like my house. Looks over his shoulder. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I know. I know. But they're all in for a shock, my kids, because I have a good shed out the back, perfectly good shed out the back. And I have half a room on the other side of this wall here that's full of their stuff that they have left here when they've moved out of home, right? That they asked me to keep for them, which was all fine before. But now I want my space back. So they're actually going to be in for a shock because they're going to get told, like, you either at Christmas time, I have big plans that I'm going to do a pass the parcel and it's going to have these stickers in it that's going to tell them that they have to take their stuff or else I'm going to sell it on eBay. And if they really want it, they'll come and get it. And if they don't come and get it, I'm going to get rid of it. So, yeah. So I hope you're going well, Nigel and Cindy. Good to see you. Liz says, yeah, same. Yeah, Liz. Don't buy any more books. Yeah, okay. Fine. You give me the money that I'm making selling books, and I won't go and buy any more books. How's that, boys and girls? Maybe that's what I'll say to them next time someone says that to me. Everyone thinks this is just a hobby. I know, don't they? There's kind of like this, yeah, it's got a stigma about it, really, to some people, hasn't it? So I was selling some stuff on commission, which I look, I don't really like doing it because there's not enough profit in it, honestly. I mean, the cost of goods, there's no cost of goods, but when it's not a hugely profitable item, you know, like say a $30 item, and you're getting, depending, and in this case I was getting 30% because I agreed on the rate when I first started, which it seemed like a lot of money to me then, but 30% is not enough for the amount of work I do. All this person has to do is bring me their stuff, and I do all the work, and I get bugger all. And I had said to them when they had been here last week that moving forward, I would need to get a bigger cut. It would have to be 50-50 because I said, you know, there's just not enough in it. And this person gave a bit of a giggle and then said, oh, maybe I'll just start selling it myself. And I said, yeah, could be a good idea. You could give it a try. I said, you know, it's quite in depth, but yeah, have a go. So yeah, good luck to them. Oh, I say. Taven says, same here. I live by myself and enjoy listening to other resellers and feeling like part of the community. It is. And do you know what? I think the reselling community, and I don't think it matters whether it's in Australia, America, the UK, we might all have different accents and stuff, but honestly, everyone is so sharing with their information and their knowledge, you know, and I just find that incredible. You know, like Judder was one of the first, like Diary of a Flipper was one of the first YouTubers I started watching, like Australian YouTubers. I think Hairy Tornado was the first one. Had a run-in with Hairy Tornado, and I had private messages from him. Anyway, that's another story. So Judder was one of the first ones that I started watching in Australia, and to me, once I got over his potty mouth, he was like a star, you know, YouTube reseller. So I was quite, I won't say awestruck because I'm a bit old for that crap, but you know, I was a bit reticent in approaching him, you know, but I tried to find an answer out about something to do with jeans when I started selling my first couple of pair of jeans, and someone said, "Oh, just ask him." Oh, hi, Jane. We've got Jane here. Is here from Canada. Hi, Jane. Jane was in one of the live streams that we ransacked last night too. But look, you couldn't have got a better person than Judder. He helped me so much selling jeans, and has really helped me out a lot since then. And I know that I can go to him and ask him a question and he will help me. And I just think that's just so awesome. You know, here's this old lady annoying the, you know, young whippersnapper that swears like with a potty mouth. And, you know, I give him grief about his foul language all the time. And, you know, we have a mutual respect for each other, I think. But yeah, he's great. And you just couldn't imagine that everyone would just be so wonderful. I freaking love books. Yes, we love books. So a lot of us here are booksellers. Is there any interest in doing one of the things I was thinking of doing, and possibly, I don't know, depends how many of you are available during the day, maybe, or we could do it on another night. Interested in doing like a book comping or a book show and tell type thing. Be interested in that? Yeah, that's just another thought I had. Sold a Bible in 27 minutes tonight. Wow, must have been a nice one. Tell us about the Bible, because, yeah, that would be good. That would be good. I like to know about them. Dave, don't buy any more cookbooks. So that was at the start of 2023, and how many more do you reckon you bought? That's funny. Thomas says, if you're doing most of the work, charge 70%. If they don't like it, they can do it themselves. Oh, yeah, that's what I figure. I'm quite happy for them to go and have a go themselves. I know this person. They're not a person that likes to be using a computer. They use it for what they have to, which was why they came to me in the first place, because they had a lot of collectible stuff. So, yeah, let them do that. If they really want me to sell their stuff, then, yeah, I'll be renegotiating, which was, yeah, a bit of my plan in doing it the way I did it. I've stacks of cookbooks, which are part of the furniture now. Yes. And there's Jane back again. She's saying hello to everyone. And Liz says, interesting that you say about the hesitation. I sent him something a while ago about some AFL stuff, and also sat there for a time wondering if to send it to him, but he got back to me. Exactly, yeah. It was very helpful, yeah. And he is. He's just, yeah. He's so good. So good. And, you know, that's the other interesting thing, isn't it, about our reselling community, is that I don't know of anyone that doesn't want to help someone because they might be their competition. And I just think that's incredible. It's amazing. But I think we also all benefit with the fact that we do help each other out. Yes. Oh, yeah, good on you, Paul. Yes. Okay. So we've got one vote there for doing the book comping type, talk about book type stream. Paul says, anyone else lists their Bibles under fiction? Yeah, I have noticed a lot of people do. I've only recently started putting my Bibles into the general book category because they weren't selling in the religious book category, which is actually where they're supposed to go. So I finished up because I did have some in both, and the ones that were in the book category sold, and the ones that were in the religious book category didn't. So I shifted them over. Yeah, and yeah, I'm selling them. So that's good. Dean says, I don't commission for that reason. I've even set up accounts for people to show them how to do it themselves. Long story short, they ended up giving me most of the stuff after they understood. Yeah. And it's so true, isn't it? Because they don't get it and they think they can do it. I know a few people like that. And I just think, well, go and have a go. If you don't think I'm worth your money, or a decent commission anyway, go and have a go yourself and see how you go, and then come back to me. But you're right, and then people will give you stuff. I've got lots of people that give me stuff, which is great. James says, I agree. Thomas should flip that split. Yes, yeah. Look, that's my intent. So at the moment, I've only got a few books of hers, which I actually needed. I didn't want to give them back to her this time because there's some Nancy Drew there and some Hardy Boys. And I also have some Nancy Drew and some Hardy Boys, which together they'll make good sets. Individually, they're not going to move so well for a decent price. So I'll be able to work it out doing it that way. Plus, I also don't. So when I work out the split, I don't take into account the Australia Post discount. So as far as they're concerned, whatever the buyer pays for post, that's what I pay for post. So they don't know that I make a few dollars off that. So yeah, still not enough with what I have been making. But as I said, that was the agreement I made. I was about a month into reselling. I had no idea. No idea whatsoever. Actually, I've been very good. Just a couple moved to sci-fi instead. Yeah, good on you, Dave. I love old children's books. Jane, do you want to see my old children's? Oh, no, I moved it. Did I? So I listed a book on eBay yesterday, which has been selling in the US for about $550. A beautiful big picture book. And I've listed it on eBay Australia for $270 something, I believe. Because, yeah, hey, I want it to sell and sell quickly, and hoping that I might sell it over to the United States market. Because even with them paying postage, they should be able to buy my book, and with the rate conversion and all that sort of stuff, plus postage, it's still going to be way cheaper than buying it in America and buying it from someone in America. Isn't that naughty of me? But hey, quick couple of $100 flip on a 20-cent book. We'll be going for that. I've been going through my kids' books at the moment, so that's what I'm comping at the moment. And I'm finding, because I want to get rid of a heap of them in the garage sale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a big box of kids' books. And any kids that come to the garage sale, I'm going to, the Nazi symbol books. I'm going to give the kids books that come to the garage sale. If any adults want them, they have to pay for them. Yeah. Okay, Thomas. Cool. Excellent. Yeah. And I'm going to and I've got other books that they haven't, the ones I've gotten in hauls that weren't much chop. And so I'll be just putting them out for, like, I don't know, $5 for $1 or something like that, just to get them out the door and gone, because then I don't have to get rid of them. And but I want to go through all the kids' books and get the good ones out and narrow down that. But I was finding I was having trouble with a few of the books, actually putting them in the let's give them out at the garage sale pile. And then I actually realized the reason was they were books, they weren't my kids' books, but they were books that my kids had when they were little, and I had obviously a bit of a nostalgic attachment to them. So, yeah. So that was an interesting little thing that I discovered about myself. Where are we now? Oh, hang on. What you say? Is it allowed with eBay to put Bibles under fiction? Look, I can't see that it's, I honestly can't see that it's an issue, because some people think it is fiction. So doesn't it come down to, each person's belief? Because a Bible in itself is not a prohibited item, and it's purely just what the category is that you're listing it under. Yeah. And interestingly enough, and Jen was there when I showed it to some people in one of my groups during the week, a book that was written during the war years. It's got the Nazi symbol, which I won't say, on it, on the front of it, which I was surprised. I didn't think, I guess because it's a small symbol and it's not the main focus of the book, but there were lots of that book listed, which surprised me. I found that quite interesting. What have we got? Hi, Vaya. How you going? I find I keep yo-yoing in my Ozpost brands. Ozpost bands. So frustrating. Back then. Oh, no. Sell some more stuff. That's what you need to do. Sell some more stuff. So, what I'd do, I'd probably keep an eye on, like, maybe you need to make a bit of a tally of how much, make a spreadsheet and perhaps put your stuff in there to keep an eye on how much you're spending on Ozpost. So you can keep an eye on it, because if you look like you are going to go under again when it's getting near the date that they do the revision on you, then you could try and do a few quick sales, or perhaps have a quick sale or accept some offers that you might not normally accept, because in the long term you're going to actually save money, because you're going to be saving on your post, because it's killer when it goes down. Killer. Did I read that? It's the fact you're always learning about the things we list, and the variety keeps it interesting. Absolutely. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? Oh, I'm getting behind. I'm breaking up. Anyone remember the $6 Million Man TV show? I think I was mentioning that in the podcast that aired this week, which Wayno was in. And I think when I was doing the whole, it's breaking up. I don't think Octo or Wayno knew what I was talking about, to be honest. Very happy to share. Not all Dr. Seuss books are banned. No, they're not. They are not. Oh, and your book is in great condition. Yes. Kathan. It is. That book I picked up is in fantastic condition. In a video last week, you convinced me to do international shipping. I've since had 3 sales to the US. Wow. Fantastic. Yes. Well done. Now, are you happy with me? Yes, of course you are. How often do I post overseas? Look, it's hard to say. I can't say. Some days I wake up and there's like 3 things that I've got to send overseas. Another day I might wake up and there won't be any, but by the end of the day, I'm going to say I send something internationally more days than I don't. If that makes sense. And with your international shipping, the only places I'd really be careful of, and you need to make sure you've got your rates right, is for some of the, the countries like your Switzerland, your Norway, in that area, because they actually fall under that rest of the world. But I'm not sure that they fall under that in, going by the things that you do in how you set up your postal policies. I'm not sure that they do. So you just need to make sure you keep that in mind. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm really happy for you. See, now you, and I mean, I don't know what sort of a band you're on with Ozpost, but the higher band you are, the more discount you'll get. And it's not a $2 discount that you're getting a $9 discount, or even more, $6 discount. Nigel and Sydney sell heaps of kids' novels. Oh, do you? Yeah. So when you say that, is that new, more modern books, or is that the older vintage books? Because that was, I'd be interested to know that. Woohoo, I'm back. I was 20 minutes in rewind. Haha. I like the question from Recommerce Dave. Oh, puppy dog diary. I thought it was fiction. That's naughty. Jane, I currently sell to the USA and Canada only. International shipping scares me. Okay, so it does. And it scares a lot of people. Yeah. It does scare a lot of people. But Grumpy Granny made a video all about it. Yeah. And look, I don't know how applicable it is for anyone from overseas watching, because it's based on how to set up a policy for. I mean, it probably still would work okay, because it's all based on weight of the item and how to get your head around it. But all I can say to you is have a go at making a international shipping policy, Jane. Even if you don't use it, but have a go at making one, because once you do it, suddenly it starts to make sense. But everyone feels the same about international shipping. Rob says, I have a few DVDs that have the symbol on, and they're not prohibited, for example, Inglorious Bastards. Yeah, true. And I mean, look, this is a tiny little symbol, and I'm assuming that, and it's not, so the book itself is it's a kid's book, but it's set in that time period. So it wouldn't have been unusual for the character in the book to have been riding a bike down the main street with a flag up there. So, yeah, it's not out of place at all. Thomas says, in India, the swastika continues to be the most widely used auspicious symbol of Hindus. Yeah, true. That is true. Yep. Because they didn't want it banned. I had a book pulled down, though. But yeah, I've put it back up tonight, so we will see if they take it down again. I think it was my own fault, though. So it's a memoir from someone that was formerly a porn star. And I thought it might have been the title, but because it's got porn star written in the title, but it couldn't have been that. But I think what's happened is when I've done my flick through the book to take photos of the inside of the book, I think what has happened is that I might have gotten a bit of Rudy booty, a bit of Rudy body in there. And I think that's why it got taken down. Because they don't tell you properly. Other than the fact that you have violated their policy. I mean, I got a warning, so that's okay, and they pulled it. But yeah, they don't explain to you properly why it's been pulled down. It's like the first time they had pulled a pair of shoes down because I said that where the leather was well worn. Well-worn leather is fantastic. Vintage shoes that have got well-worn leather, or they were boots actually. A pair of Doc Martens that had beautiful, soft, well-worn leather. I thought that was a great thing, a selling point. And it was a selling point, just to the wrong sort of people. And so they pulled it. And I didn't understand why. And I rang them and I said, I need you to explain to me why this is a policy violation. It's saying, I look at these boots and you tell me to rate the condition honestly, and it is well-worn vintage leather, which to me is a good thing. But, hey. That is another story. What was the other story I was going to tell? I was going to tell another story, wasn't I? Can't remember. Rob says, buy some bags or padded mailers at your post office and scan your QR code if you're not hitting your rolling dollar spend. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could do that. But just, make sure you scan your QR code. So I've actually saved mine. So if you don't know how to do it and you can't work out how to do it, but just still go into Ozpost and get a picture of your QR code and just save it into your photos. So I've just got mine there, and so that I just have to bring that up when I'm in the post office. I once sold a banned Dr. Seuss book on Poshmark, no restrictions for it. Yeah. Look, and that's the thing. If you can't sell it on eBay, there's plenty of other places where you can sell them, that sort of stuff. The Ozpost banned revision is now done daily. Oh, is it? Rolling for a week. Ooh, okay. So there'll be a lot of people probably chopping and changing. Thanks, Rob. I try to use recycled packaging as much as I can, but I do buy batches of tracked envelopes from them so I can try to time that better. Yes. Okay. Liz, talking about that symbol in the books was suggested to me selling the books in a bundle and only take photos of the book edges. Yes, true. And also, some people just suggested to put a piece of, post-it note or a little piece of paper or something over parts that you don't want to see too. There's another way around it. Paul, when you get bumped up, it's locked in for 4 weeks though. Yes. So when the 4 weeks come up, it's worth knowing if you're going to get leveled down. Yes, it is, because you can plan ahead then and try and avoid it, or go and, as you say, go and buy a purchase of a box of, because it might only be that you might only be $60 short of what you need. And if that means that you can go and buy a box of padded mailers that essentially then work out at half price, anyway, that could be to your advantage. I wish they counted stamps so unfair. Yeah, see, I don't send anything with stamps, so I only do tracked. So that doesn't, that's not such an issue for me. I still, look, regardless, Bea, anytime you buy something at the post office, regardless of whether it contributes towards your band, still scan your QR code, because you just never know. I say. I have to watch out sometimes with international and cubic weight. I've been stung before and barely broken even on the sale. Yeah, look, I think we're lucky because we do get the discounts that generally that will save us in those. And look, we've all done it. We've all done it. We learn to be a bit more careful and revise our policies. I suppose that's, yeah. And it's only sometimes you don't know. Like, you think you've got all your policies sorted out with the different regions, but how do you know that Norway and Switzerland are a lot higher rate than other European countries? You don't until it actually happens to you. So, yeah, makes it tough. There are ways to get cheap stamps without gambling on eBay. Coles and Woolies will have discounts on some gift cards at Officeworks, and they sell stamps. Discount can be 10 to 15%. Yeah, there you go. That's true. That is true. I hadn't thought of that. Good tip. Oh, see, that's what I like, all this sharing. Nigel in Sydney, yep, more modern. Oh, okay. Our favourites, choose. Oh, okay. Choose your own. Yes, love those too. I'm still wanting to find the choose your own adventure one that's worth over $100. So every time I buy them whenever I see them, and I bring them home. But yeah, I don't seem to be able to find the ones that I've seen sell for really high prices. Hang on, we've had a notification. Oh no, just the sold notification. Okay, I'll probably have to send them a invoice. Caven says, thanks for answering. I just thought it was weird that 3 things went there in a week. I thought maybe I was missing some hidden fees or something. Nah, I just think it's great. You just look, it comes in batches too. Like I send more things than anywhere else to the US. But yeah, I send plenty of books to other places too. UK probably not. I probably send about half the amount to the UK as I do the US. And then there's the other places, like I've sent to Brazil. I've sent to I sent some VHS to Kuwait. Yeah, I've sent to some weird places. So I'll show you my little toy. Oh, I'm really getting behind in the thing. But anyway, which I need to get some blue tack, and I forgot because I was going to have this up on the wall. So here's, I've got to take this stuff off. I have to be more careful. So here's my world map. Isn't it good? So it's actually a scratch-off map. So I'll be able to actually scratch off the countries that I've sent stuff to, which I think is really, really, really super cool. So I'm really, really going to be happy with that if I can stop it from... Anyway, I had it up on the wall. But yeah, because of the old stuff that the wall's made out of, it didn't stay, and I need to get some glue tack, and it just rolled up on itself, and the tape is still on the back. Rob, the green envelopes do count as long as you buy them from the post office with your QR code. Yes, they do, because it includes the postage. That's why. Rob, I've heard that tip before. I need to keep my eyes peeled for those voucher sales. Yeah, that's great. I hadn't heard that one, so that is a really, really good tip. Okay, I'll try and catch up a little bit. Puppy dog. I'll be glad to I'm getting new glasses on the weekend too. My daughter's bringing them with her from Mildura, so that'll be good. I'll be able to see. What aspect of your business do you like the most? Listing, sourcing, picking. I enjoy the listing process, I will say. I would enjoy photographing more if I could stand for longer. I probably would enjoy thrifting more if I didn't have this back problem. So watch out after my back operation, because that will mean I'll be able to go and do that a lot more. I can't say that. I like it all. I actually like it all. Ultimate gift cards, green home cards and yellow teen can be used at Officeworks. Oh, there you go. Learn something new every day. Picking, says Jane. I think most people would like that the thrifting thing. See, Jane, I'm not sure. Do we have the same meaning for picking? Because picking for us is picking our sales out to take them to our shipping station so we can send them off. So for us, we would say, yeah, you might mean picking as in picking at a garage sale, perhaps. Okay, skip that. Live for the hunt, yes. Yeah, look, and that is fun, but it's especially more fun, especially if you're an everything seller. I will say it is, yeah, that side of it is more fun. Back to the road, bit of Chuck. Hi, Chuck. Finally caught you live. You did, and I thank you very much for subscribing. I did catch you subscribing to me, you a sneaky little devil in the middle of the night when I just happened to be up. So good to see you here. I'm so behind. It's ridiculous. I shall try and go quick. Okay. Re-commerce Dave, domestic letters with tracking, do not express post. Express envelopes do, yes. Ozpost should sell donuts. They should indeed sell donuts. That's very true. What? There is one with $100. What are we talking about there? Yeah, there is actually. Yeah, there is. There's a couple of them worth a bit of money, but there's one in particular, and don't ask me the name of it, but there is one. And it's not one of the old ones either. For close to 50 before 30, 50. So yep. Choose your own adventure. That's the one. That is the one. Yeah, so I always pick them up whenever I go somewhere. And I always bring it home and I think, come on, just be the one. Just be the one. Never is. But I mean, that's not to say, I mean, they're still good. And I don't mind picking them up either because I always know I'm going to be able to bundle them. But yes, there are a couple that have sold for good money. I still find international sales exciting, probably because I don't go anywhere. So at least my items. Exactly. That's Chuck. That's my thing too. Yep, absolutely. I love digging through other people's junk. Yep. Choose your own adventure book. 170 did pretty well for me. There you go. 170. Mm-hmm. No curlers. No. Hey, how are you, Georgie? Yep. No. Well, see. Do you want to see why I'm not wearing rollers? Because I can't wear my beanies. I can't wear these beanies if I'm wearing. I can't wear my I can't wear my beanie if I've got rollers in my hair, can I? What do you think? So yeah, I did have rollers in earlier. You've missed it. I took them out. So now you know why. Hope you're watching then. Is that the hat? Yes, that is the hat, Mary. That is the hat. So that is the male version of the hat. Okay. And then we have the female version of the hat. No, I sell these on eBay. So a granny friend of mine actually makes these. She crochets them. And so I've been selling them for her. But yeah, they make a good party hat, like a good conversation starter, shall we say. And I say too bad if anyone feels a little bit embarrassed. I'm sorry, but you know. So Willie, that's Willie. This is Willie. Yeah, so this one's Willie. And then this is Wilma. If she's with Willie, she's Wilma. And if she's on her own, she's Vera. Okay. And I've got stubby holders too. I haven't listed those yet, though, but I will be listing them shortly. Ready for that Q4 thing? I'm going to make a killing in crocheted beanies and, yeah. which all should be a bit of fun, I think. They make good, party favors, I guess. Oh, dear. Yes, I was trying to explain to Mary about it, but, yeah, we were on a live stream where it really couldn't have said it. Yes, says Chuck. Georgie says, is this part of another rap? Yeah, well, yeah, we did that one before, didn't we? Yeah, no. Just me being me. We did that, didn't we? What a hoot, says Mary. Just in the Beanie do Octo. Yeah, it would be good. I need to get her to make, because she made the little octopus too, the same lady. But I need to get her, if she's going to make one for Octo, I need to get her to make a big one, because that wouldn't fit on his head. It's actually quite firm on my head. In fact, it's probably a bit small for a bloke, really. Really looks like Ziggy. Yes, someone said that. And yeah, so this is the hairy, slightly blue ball version. And there's others, like some of them don't have hair, or some of them might have different colour appendages hanging off them. And if there is two Veras, yeah, but Vera and Wilma is what happens then. Paper Dog says, did we hit the late night portion of the live? Yes, apparently we did. And it's midnight already. I am going to go to bed soon, boys and girls, because I was up till 2 a.m. doing live streams last night, which meant I was a bit late getting started this morning. The map is awesome. I really haven't wanted to sell overseas, but seeing that has me thinking now maybe I should do something similar, and looks like fun. It is. And the map came from Actually, the map came from Lincraft, which is weird, isn't it? That's a sewing store. But my son got it for me in Bendigo, which is very cool. Because I was going to look at getting one that I could put pins in. But then, it always worries me with the grandkids because, I could just see a couple of them. Well, not so much that they'd hurt themselves, but they would take the pins out and think they're being funny and stick them somewhere else. And then Grumpy Granny would get grumpy and we couldn't have that. Good night, Nigel and Cindy. Catch you next time. Keep an eye out, because if you subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't subscribed, I'm not trying to push that, but because then you'll find out when I'm going to do the thing about books, when we do the talk about books. But I thought the scratch off one was a good idea then. This is why I love you. That would be great for engagement. Exactly. That would just be so much fun. 30 peeps in here now. Oh, crikey, it's amazing, isn't it? Crikey, mate. I don't do a very good go at that crikey, mate line, do I? I am just getting up. Have treatments today. Love you and appreciate you. Oh, good night, Mary. Hope all goes well today. Let me know how you get on. See you, Georgie. Or are you just saying good night to everyone else? Because you'll be just getting up, hey? Would you not? I would think so. So, all right. So let's have some questions, because I'm going to say Grumpy Granny is going to pull the pin at approximately 20 past 12. And I am going to pull the pin, because otherwise I could tell I'm already tired because I'm already leaning on my hand. So if we've got any more questions, please feel free to ask away. And if I can't tell you, I'll make it up. Mary, yes. Mary just wants to say one thing. Okay, one thing. Yes, Mary. Oh, thank you, Mary. Yes, don't forget to give a big thumbs up. Yes, true. It's actually hard doing this. StreamYard's a lot better, because we know last time I had trouble because I couldn't click on the comments and stuff. And now I'm using the StreamYard thing. And it's actually hard because you can't see all of that stuff. Like I can see how many people are in here, but I can't actually see how many people have liked it. And we saw what happened last time when I went back over to the YouTube platform. to, make a couple of moderators. That didn't go so well, did it, boys and girls? I kind of froze a bit. And you probably all heard me swear. Did I swear? I think I might have probably. Bayer says you're a machine. Oh, yeah, but, I've also got my garage sale to prepare for, which, that won't be fun much. It'll be harder for me with the garage sale. And, it wouldn't be so bad if I could just go quickly flick through a pile of books and say, right, they're all going out to the garage sale. But there's certain books I can't do that to. I just can't. No, that's correct, Rob. I do not swear. Do not swear at all. Of course not. Puppy dog. Ooh, when is your garage sale? Sunday. So, ridiculous day, Father's Day, and they're having a garage sale. So around here, they don't have many garage sales, but I think that'd be good, Mary. We're going to have to do a live together, Granny's Gone Wild. I think that'd be great fun. But once a year, they have an all-town garage sale, which works well in the rural communities because you get people coming from other places to our town to buy stuff. But we would get a lot more people coming to our town for the all-day garage sale if it wasn't Father's Day, because a lot of people won't come and participate because they are actually spending the time with their fathers, or they are a father and they've got to stay home because, unless they can con their, kids to come with them, which they often can't. So the last couple of weeks, what I've actually been doing is, as I've been coming across stuff that I'm either not going to continue selling or that isn't of, that I originally thought was good quality for selling on eBay, but, now I know better. And I've been delisting stuff. So I've been putting it all in my spare bedroom, which I kind of have to go through by the end of tomorrow because my daughter and her partner are coming to stay the night. And, there's no getting in that bed at the moment, which is good because it'll make me get the stuff off the bed. So essentially all the clothing and that sort of stuff I've chucked on the bed. All the DVDs I have delisted, apart from anything that had a reasonable value, which the rest of that will get delisted at some stage tomorrow. There's only, I think there's only about half a dozen DVDs left in my store anyway. And I think they're all sets and they're, probably most of them are. There might be the odd one or two. And then I have got someone that might want some of those. So as I'm putting them so I'm going to actually put those in a big tray that I've got, like a big baker's tray, that you put the loaves of bread on, with their spines up. And then I'll take photos of those and send them to this person. And so they need to be pretty quick to get back to me and tell me if they want them or not. And if they don't want them, then they'll just go in the garage sale. And what are we? Oh, what should I have known better on? Oh, no, just clothes, when you first start and, there's a dollar rack and you see all this stuff on the dollar rack and you think, oh, that'd be great. How cheap is this? I'll sell this and it's vintage, made in Australia. But, it was crap vintage. But it was cheap. So I'm not going to lose money on it. Let's put it that way. You could have sworn it wouldn't have mattered because we couldn't hear you. True, I was muted. That's right. True. Yeah, I forgot about that. Twice. I was muted twice. I was muted on YouTube and I was muted on StreamYard. That was funny. Because when I came back onto StreamYard, you still couldn't hear me. I couldn't work out what was going on. Do a live video from your garage sale. Yeah, and I might do that actually. I sort of thought I might do a little bit of a live stream from the garage sale. You're reading my mind, Thomas, I think. But yeah, I did think I might do that at some stage during the day. Or I might do it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how many people are around, of course. Dave said, how far behind am I in the chat? Which category are you focusing on growing in your store? So in essence, the main category I'm focusing on growing are jeans. In saying that, so it's kind of like I'm moving to where what I would like my store to be is 50% books, and when I say books, I'm talking my vintage rarer books, and 50% denim. So denim as in shorts, jeans, skirts, shirts, jackets, anything denim. I think denim works really well because for a number of reasons. Well, number one, jeans are easy for me to photograph because I do a flat lay version of photographing them, but I do a folded flat lay. So it's easy for me to photograph. And it will even remain so, as I get even more decrepit moving forward. I'll still be able to do that. Yeah, that's why my daughter is coming. Puppy Dog Diary. Like what should you have known better on? Oh, yeah, well, we talked about that. Yeah, just general clothes brands and stuff. Yes. So my daughter and her partner are coming, which is good. And I find they join DVDs. Yes, absolutely. Yep. No, same thing. Well, I mean, DVDs were one of those areas that I thought to myself, this is great. DVDs, even picked some up at a garage sale once myself, for, 3 for $1. I thought that was great, but get them home there. I make no money out of them. Like, so unless you're doing a real volume, unless you know specifically which ones to get, or you're doing that volume model, yeah, they're not ideal, which is fine. I'd rather someone that knows what they're doing, like Rob, or, other people that do it properly. I'd rather them do it than me keeping on trying to do it for the few dollars I get out of it. Tash, how's Teddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Anko sounds fun. Yeah, exactly. Oh, no. Look, I probably didn't pick up Anko, but, it's close to. Oh, yeah, I could tell you the Anko story, couldn't I? Have I told you the Anko story? Have I told you the Anko denim story? Someone answer me that one, and I can't remember what I said in the night that I talked for 4 hours straight. I actually can't remember whether I have or not. I probably shouldn't. Okay. Tash says, what's she saying? What you doing up so late? I have no idea, Tash. I'm stupid. Hope it all goes well. Thank you, Puppy Dog Diary. Will you change your store name to accommodate your niches? I will change my store name at some point. I will call it Grumpy Granny's something. I need help with the last word because I need another G word. And, like, I don't want to call it Grumpy Granny's Garage, or Grumpy's Granny's Garage Sale, because that's not very classy, is it? Really? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Oh, bad luck, Rob. I've already told them that story. Sorry, so you'll miss out. Grumpy Granny's Grails. Why didn't I think of that? Good one. Good on you, Our Games. I like that. So essentially, quickly, Rob, I think some of the Anko denim isn't too bad a quality, actually. Some of it's actually quite nice denim. So I did an experiment and I bought a skirt, pardon me, that was buttoned through down the front, mini skirt, good style, good colour. And I cut the tag out of it and sold it as an unbranded denim skirt because denim skirts were flying out the door and I was not able to keep up with them. And I sold it within a couple of days and for the same price as I was selling all my other denim. So there you go. One of the things I love about denim is that if you have grotto, grotto, Grumpy Granny's grotto. No. Not feeling that one quite as much. One of the great things about denim is that if you do make a mistake and you've bought something that's not great, there are ways to salvage it. So, for example, if you buy a pair of jeans and they happen to have a stain on them and you bring them home, you think, oh, okay, well, I'll wash them. Okay. And you wash them and the stain doesn't come out. A lot of people think, well, they'll toss them. Well, you don't have to, because you can actually distress that area, because distressing is worth a lot more money than a stain is. Well, stains devalues it. Distressing values it even more. So you can actually distress it. Failing that, with jeans, and depending, like if they're a unisex style or a women's jeans, you can make cut-off shorts. So there's lots of ways of getting around some of the flaws and things in jeans. And that's, one of the reasons I love it so much. And, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Gold mine, Liz. I love it. Grumpy Granny's gold mine. I like that. I like that. That sounds good. Maybe grotto better if you were grotty grannies. Grotto, yeah. That's true. Very true. Very true. Grumpy Granny's gala. Maybe we'll have to have a vote night, I reckon. And we will let the chat decide one night. I'm not ready to do it just yet, but once I clear out all the junk I'm not going to say it's junk. Once I finish clearing out all the rest of this stuff, and after the garage sale and I've had time to stop and think, maybe we will let the chat decide, I reckon. I'm not sure about putting the word grumpy in your store. People may think you're actually grumpy to deal with, but GG's Grails sounds cool. Yeah, that's true. I could just do it as GG's Grails. I guess I could. And that's a fair point too, Kathan. I hadn't actually thought of that, but yeah, that's a fair point. Yep. Okay. I like that point. That's something to consider. Interesting. I never thought of denim in that way before. Yeah. Yeah. So the other thing with denim is there are hello, Sandra. How are you, darling? Have you watched me tonight at all? Am I keeping you entertained at work yet, or have you only just arrived? So one of the other things with denim, Rob, is that there are so many intricacies, before I trip over that word, but there's so many different things about denim. So you've got the fade, you've got where the fade is, you've got, is the fade a manufactured fade, or is it from wear and wash? Okay, so a good vintage pair of jeans with true fading on it, true proper worn out fading, is going to have fading in just the right areas, because that's where your thighs rub against them, that rub against the fabric more than any other places. and no, I'm not being rude, because I don't mean there. So on your thighs and your bum and your backside, and they'll be the areas that lighten off more than any of the other places. And so that really good wear, and to get that softness in the fabric. There's a reason. So one of the types of jeans that you don't find a lot of in the wild, which I actually probably find less Wranglers in the wild than I do Levi's. And one of the reasons is when you buy a pair of brand new Wranglers, they are as stiff as a board. And so, and I'm talking about, good working Wranglers, that people would buy to working. And so it takes people so long to wear their Wranglers in that they're very hesitant to let them go. So Wranglers are one of those jeans that, they're actually getting scarcer to get. And we'll have good fade. I don't know what the fade is like. I'll just grab a pair for you. So these ones, but see where the fade is? Like, these have been worn. These are actually, they're bigger size, but these are actually Wranglers. They're a relaxed fit and they're a boot cut, which very likely have been hemmed. Looking at that, I'm going to say, or maybe not. Bit hard to say without looking at it. But yeah, look at the fade. That I'm going to say on the back is a manufactured. I'm going to say that's more a manufactured fade. Look, it depends what the person did, but that looks a bit square to me. That looks like someone's done that. So I'm not going to say. I'm going to say that the fade on the back's not a true fade. Because you can see where you sit down all the time, that's going to rub. More so than, anywhere else. What else was saying? You're at work. Yeah, I knew you were going to work. You just got the iPad out. Sandra's saying, hello to everybody. You want some of that? Some of the denim or my drink? Yeah. So I can teach you a lot about denim. And, yeah, the fact that you can actually fix a stain of something that, yeah, that's what I think, Matilda. It's looking extremely manufactured. The fact that you can, if you've got a stain or something, that you can actually fix it, it's great, and not devalue the when I say fix it, that you can actually distress the denim and not devalue the item. Like that's huge. And because I've got a really nice embroidered shirt that I got a couple of weeks ago. That wasn't until I was photographing it that I saw the stain. The stain's quite. It's hard to see, but when you're photographing it, of course, you see those stains show up like buggery. And so, yeah, I did all the right things and I washed it and everything, but the stain is still there. And I'm a bit disappointed because it's a really nice shirt. So, yeah, I'm going to have a go at it because I'm going to say, I mean, I wouldn't call it a chambray. It's still a denim, but it's a lighter denim. So, and it's not stretched, so that's a good thing. Distressing stretch denim is still possible, but it's harder. I've only done a few little bits of that in the odd area. Pardon me, but I am moving on from doing hand distressing. So I'm hoping that in the next few weeks, I've got a few pairs of jeans that I've put aside that I'm going to do cut-offs out of. And on some of those, we'll have a go at some distressing and see how that goes using a rotary tool. Like one of those little tools that spins around. So that will be a bit of fun, but much quicker. And it's well and truly after 20 past 12 when I said I was going to go to bed, isn't it? Yes. Okay. What have we got? You're lucky with your local denim purchase cost. Yes, I am. Very lucky. Beanies will put a $15 price tag on new Levi's. Yeah, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? Yep. Most unfortunate. Drink would be great, says Sandra, when she was at work. Yep. When my auntie was younger, 30 or so years ago, she spent the whole day destroying jeans for the fashion at the time. Her dad threw them out thinking they were rubbish the same day. Oh, no. No. So if anyone does want to have a go at that, and again, it's another thing I can probably show you in a live stream, but if you do want to have a go at it on your own, a really good thing to get is to have, next time you blunt a Stanley knife, when you've got a blade that's blunt, that's not cutting through cardboard, okay, keep it and use it. And when you're doing it, what you want to do is, the thing you want to do is make sure, I bet you wasn't impressed, Liz. You want to make sure that you don't cut the threads that are going this way. You only want to cut the diagonal threads. But you can still distress without actually cutting through the fabric. So you can just lighten the area off with a bit of sandpaper, or often just if you've got a little stain, it's not coming out. Sometimes it's because the stuff it's trapped between the fibers. So if you just get your blunt Stanley knife and run it down in that diagonal shape, often that's enough to take it'll lighten the blue off a little bit in that area, but often it's enough to take the stain out. Where are we? What if stains don't come out? Do you still list it? Donate, throw it out. So my thing with jeans, depending on if they're men's or women's, I mean, you can still do cut-offs for men. So if they've got stains and it's especially in the lower leg, which is often where they are, shorts, make shorts out of them, make cut-off shorts. You know, why go and buy more shorts if you've got jeans there? And if you've got, the easiest way to probably do it is to go and buy a pair of cut-off shorts. And you can use that as a template. Just make a template that you can easily whack on your top of your jeans, cut them off. And then all you do is pull a few bits down and that will create you a bit of a fringe around. And, yeah, away you go. And you can do your Daisy Duke style, which is where the legs go up, right up like that high. Or you can do like, you know, a slightly longer, depending on the size, of course, because, you know, I mean, you're not going to do a Daisy Duke in a larger size because larger ladies wouldn't want to wear that. Well, some might, but, you know, most wouldn't. Yeah, so that's why I think jeans are so good, because there's less chance that you're going to lose out on your purchase. And even if you buy I will buy brands if I haven't seen them before, on the off chance, if I think the jeans look okay, on the off chance that it's still a good brand, like it's a good brand, I just haven't learnt it yet. And there's been the odd time with those that, again, I've thought they were going to be good, but they turned out to be a cheap-ass brand. And that's okay, because I can do cut-offs, and cut-offs don't seem to, the brand of those don't really seem to matter quite so much. And same with flares and stuff. I will buy the cheaper brands in flares. Yeah, and sell them I haven't found a pair of Anchors. The only reason I haven't done it with Anchors is because I haven't found any yet, and I would cut the tag on them. But the other ones, I still buy them, and I don't cut the tags off, but I will still sell them because people want the flares, or they want the bell bottoms, or they want, you know, those styles, and that's the only way they're going to get them, because they're so hard to get. And look, yeah, push comes to shove, you get to the point, you know, you could always get someone to actually sew two bums together, or two different pairs of jeans together to make handbags out of them. You know, that they also sell well. There's so many things you can do with them. I mean, I don't think I would bother doing that. If I couldn't distress it enough, or make cut-offs out of them, and I still didn't think I could sell them, I'd toss them, because I wouldn't want to donate those back to us at the op shop. Remember some years ago they were selling jeans for a hefty price that were shot with a shortcut. Yeah, exactly. Things go in and out of trend. You know, I mean, look, flares were in when I was, you know, a teenager. I've got photos of me in my flares. So, you know, I think everything goes around, you know, and that's going to happen again. So yeah, the flares you buy now will be vintage next time they go around, and they'll be worth a lot more money then. That's what I think. I am going to call it at 10:30, boys and girls, which is 1 minute. I am, because I've got like one mouthful of drink left, and I really do have to get some sleep. As much as I probably could keep. The biggest trouble for me is if I don't go now. If I didn't have to get up in the morning, it wouldn't be an issue, but I do have to get up and do the garage sale stuff. But because I'm chatting away and everything, I need to wind down when I, you know, What are you saying 10:30 when I get up? Oh, God, I wish I could sleep until 10:30. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it'll take me a while to wind down when I go to bed. So, yeah, I have to allow at least another hour for me to wind down. So it's still going to be 1:30 before actually my body's ready to go to sleep. But, yeah, that's the joys of being grumpy granny. All right. I've still got 25 people in here. That's amazing. Well, look, Gigi Grumpy Granny really does want to thank you. And somebody did mention to me, I know, I did a 4-hour one the other night. What are you talking about? Where was I going with that? Now you've distracted me. I shouldn't have looked. Look, I really want to thank you guys for being in here with me and spending the night with me. And yeah, I was tossing up whether I'd do this tonight or not because I do have the garage sale. I really was. And then I thought, look, stuff it. Why not? Because this is so good. But I wanted to test it to see whether Friday night was going to work, number one, and what sort of format you want it to take, and just have a bit of a cash sesh, And it's worked really well. And thank you all so much for that. I really do. You've got no idea. If I could say the word phenomenal, I can't say. No, it's one. Yeah, there's one word you can't say. That's mine. It is. It stuns me every day, and I really want to thank you. It's just amazing. Just amazing. I can't even explain to you how happy you've made me tonight. It's great. So I'm really glad that I did think to myself, oh, look, what the heck? I can get on there. If no one shows up, then I haven't lost anything. That's okay, Sandra. Sorry, I can't talk anymore tonight. Next time. Thank you. Somebody did mention it to me. That's what you were saying. Yes, I can't say it. Phenomenal. I can't. There's just people have the one word. Oh, you've missed us. We're just saying goodbye. Where have you been all night? Where's my little buddy Ashton anyway? He should be in bed, I hope. Is he? I hope so. Oh, look, don't start. Do not people come in here because I am going to bed. Because I said I was going to go at 12:20 and I'm still here. And then I said I'm going at 12:30 and I'm still here. Because Grumpy Granny has to get up and ready for a garage. It's not my garage sale tomorrow. My garage sale is on Sunday. So I've sort of got tomorrow to get everything ready. But, yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. But, yeah, I do have to call it quits because it takes me a while to wind down. The kids are asleep. You hope they are. They're probably hiding under the covers watching their, handheld consoles playing games. Maybe. Or maybe the younger one's actually online trying to get someone to come and kidnap his older brother. All right. Well, thank you. And if you happen to see me, I may do a live stream. I don't know how I'll go Sunday, whether I'll be able to talk much. But, we'll see. If I'm bored and just sitting there and waiting for people to come, I may do that. And, everyone, go and find someone else's live. Yeah, give us one. We need a particular live for you all to go into. So you need to go and find another live group and go and crash it, right? Okay, go and crash someone else's lives, everybody. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, boys and girls. Bye now. Hooroo.